Alright, good morning gamers. Welcome back to the show. I'm your charming self-proclaimed yet still humble host Mukluk. Today is Guild Wars Tuesday, so we have gone back to the future. We've been visiting Tyria of the past the last couple days. We are back to Tyria in present time. Hope you guys are having a good day so far. I was slow waking up this morning, Chad. I got the same amount of sleep I normally do, but I was dragging this morning. But I am up now. Feels weird to be back here. Yeah, it does. It does. Got an update mail on the plushie. Tomorrow! Yes, the shop page goes live tomorrow. So now the exclamation plushie command on Twitch and YouTube chat has been updated. And it goes to the page where it can be ordered starting tomorrow morning. And I've got a commercial for it too. I'll show that off later on. Yeah, very freaking exciting. Something that was just an idea bouncing around in my brain in November is now a solid thing that's going to be getting shipped to people's houses. It's mind-blowing. Hello, Rooksy. How far have you gotten in Prophecies? We got to, I think it was called Hinge of Dan Ravi last night, and I think I'm ahead of most of the other players because there's like nobody there. So, oh wait, no, we got past that. We got to like the start of a desert last night. So, doing Guild Wars 2 today is perfect because it gives the other people a chance to catch up to me. Because right now it's just me and the bots. It's just me and like the henchmen and the heroes and stuff like that. Memory says, Muck, I know it's Guild Wars Tuesday, but can we watch the Oblivion Remaster reveal first? It starts in less than an hour at 11 a.m. Eastern. I'll watch that later on after the fact, like when I can watch it on 2x speed. I'm not gonna watch that live probably. You and the Roller Beetles? Yeah, me and the Roller Beetles. Yeah, for those who haven't been watching my Guild Wars 1 adventure, or for those who don't know, Guild Wars 1 you choose 2 classes. And for all of my AI teammates that I use when I can't find players to group with, I made them all, their second class is Ranger, so every one of them has a pet. So our group has 6 Roller Beetles in it, so we just like swarm, like actually swarm everything that we fight. It's glorious. In your opinion, what's the hardest meta event to complete? Like one wrong move and it's over? The only meta that comes close to that description...
Hello there, General Muck.
General.
I have come to negotiate the trade agreement. I give you watch, you give me potato.
Thank you, Central. Appreciate that. It's not quite that anymore, but the only meta event was one wrong move and it's game over was Dragon's End for a long time. Dragon's End, when it first came out, had a mechanic where a few people got turned into wisps, and if anyone failed to complete their task as a wisp, the entire zone failed the meta. 75 people failed the meta event if one wisp couldn't do what they needed to do. And it's a bit better now, but your description is Dragon's End when it first came out, for sure. Morning, how you doing, Joseph? What's up, Master Liu? I'm doing good. I'm doing good. Just logged in. You can pick secondary classes for the henchmen. For heroes, you can. In Guild Wars, henchmen, they are what they are. They am what they am. They can't change that. But if you get heroes, you can pick a secondary class. For example, when you're heading when you head out of Lion's Arch for the first time, you meet Mox, who's a robot standing right outside of Lion's Arch. You grab him. He's your first hero. And he's a dervish, but you can make him, he could stay a dervish, or he could be like a dervish slash monk, or a dervish slash ranger, blah, 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 blah. Whatever. I started playing Guild Wars 2 over the weekend, I really like it. Nice, Tyler. That's awesome. If you have any questions about anything, let us know. Let's see, don't need that. We might have to do some bag cleaning here, chat. Alright, let's grab that one, and then learn that recipe. Okay. And Homestead. The description reminds me of when Blizzard announced the 8-bit graphics update for WoW. Wait, what? The description? Mike, did you see the new V-Rising trailer for the Oakville free update? I saw the original trailer for that update. I don't think I saw a new trailer for it. So I don't know what's going on there. Back to the Future again. Oh, that. Okay. Made Mox a dervish slash monk. It's nice having a level 20 in the group. Yeah. Yeah, so the skills that are available to your heroes are basically the skills that you've unlocked in your past runs. So, like, when I made him a dervish slash ranger, he immediately had access to, like, so many ranger skills in the game because I had played ranger in the past. But for dervish itself, I've never played a dervish before, and I've never played nightfall before. So I have nothing to give Mox for dervish. New weapons do area, a couple new V-Bloods, there's a lot. Nice. For me, it's gonna be a matter of whether or not I want to devote time to, like, okay, so V Rising, I could go to my old save files and try to play through the new stuff. Like, I have a save file where I've beaten the game on normal difficulty, and I have a save file where I've beaten the game on hard, not hardcore, sorry, hard mode. Or it's but, yeah, there's also temptation to just do a new run. Hello? Hello, Tango! But a new run takes way more time, of course. Muck, any plan on streaming another Diablo-like ARPG? If I find a good one, sure. We streamed 110 games last year. I don't know that we're gonna do that many this year, but if I see a game I really like the look of, I'm gonna play it. I'm gonna play it, I'm gonna finish it, I'm gonna do a review video on it. All the good stuff. Okay, second guild hall. I think for one of the videos I saw, I might have to do a new run of V Rising. Maybe. How did you create Minimuck? Like, why did you create Minimuck? Like, what he is now? Do you mean the one that's in the corner, Clararius? There's so many mucks now. There's just a swarm of them rattling around in my head. Yes, that one. It was an idea that was inspired by a few other things combined, and he's still not complete, but he's at a really good spot where I can just, like, leave him to do his own thing for a while. There is a piece of software that you can use where anytime... Okay, hang on, let me try to put all this in order. There's so much information trying to leave my head, and I'm trying to organize it. Alright, you know about VTubers, right? They have, like, an avatar. And whenever they talk, the avatar's mouth moves, and it looks like the avatar is talking. It's usually like an anime girl or something like that, right? Alright, so there's this other thing that's kind of not quite a VTuber, that's a lot simpler, called a PNG tuber. Now, a PNG tuber just uses two PNGs. They've got a picture of their character with the mouth closed, and a picture of their character with the mouth open. And whenever they talk, and the system, the program, detects, you know, volume, it will swap from the closed mouth picture to the open mouth picture. So if you are talking, the pictures will swap back and forth. So that's it. It's a way to kind of be a VTuber on a budget. You know, it's just, all you need is two images. All right, so the program that does that is called GW2uesday. And this is it right here. Now, I had the idea of, instead of when I talk, he opens his mouth, having it be so when you guys did something through the stream. So when you guys did, like, renews a sub with a message, or did bits with a message, or I got a raid from somebody, things like that. So then I was like, okay, so this program, GW2uesday, I didn't make the program, but my idea for, you know, basically having it not use my microphone, but use that stuff instead, that was not what it was designed for. But I was like, okay, let's see if we can figure this out. And I had to watch some videos on YouTube and kind of self-teach myself a few things. There's a thing that I previously didn't know anything about called a virtual audio cable. And basically, it's telling your computer, any sound from here, send it to there. So basically, like, if your computer is trying to send a certain sound to your headphones, you can say, no, instead send it to that program, or send it to that other thing. And I am using the virtual audio cable to send the audio from various things, the patron sounds, the bits, the sub messages, all of that, through VTuber. So that when you guys do those things, he talks. And that's it. And then the rest of it is kind of like a paper doll. We've got some stuff here. So, like, for example, I can hit this and put, like, a mug of coffee on him. It's like if I do that. Or I can do this one, and he gets, like, a little sign to cheer for the snails. There's also another one where he has, like, Chip in his lap. Stuff like that. So all of that, that's kind of like paper doll stuff. That is just, like, appearing over the top of him. But that's it. He's not like AI or anything, although it's fun to act like he is. He's basically, you know, a fancy text-to-speech bot. If you get 100k followers on Twitch, will you get a mini Muck face or Mukluk logo tattoo? I'm not currently in the plans, no. A mini Muck face. Okay, we finished there. Let's see. Matter converter. But yeah, there's an artist that I follow on YouTube. Let me see. Hold on. I'm so sure. I want to see. Oh, perfect. Hang on just a sec. Let me mute this. Okay. Alright, I haven't seen this one. Alright, this guy's an artist. And his character, this is a Hex Maniac who's a trainer from Pokemon holding a ghost. And he's the ghost. Now you notice she like looks around and stuff like that. The way that he does this, because I've seen him talk about this, is the ghost tracks him. When he moves his head and stuff like that, that's the ghost that's responding. She's watching the mouse. She's following the mouse pointer. Okay? And then he also has some buttons to change her expression and stuff like that. This is actually one of the things that gave me the idea for the current Mimuk. But I would love to have him be, like, right now he's just 2 images. I would love for him to be, like, a little more fleshed out, and then he could, like, look around and stuff like that. What was the ghost doing before? I don't know. Sand, because it's you, I assume you're hinting at something dirty, but I don't know what you're talking about. Have you ever heard of ARPG Last Epoch? Yes. I have multiple playlists of me playing Last Epoch on Mukluk Plays. Fantastic game. Lower back tattoo for the 100k? No. That's even more no than the last thing. Like, getting a tattoo, like, on my arm or something is... No, I don't think so. Lower back is absolutely no. Today Bethesda reveals the remake of Oblivion. Didn't they reveal it the other day, and then they, like, Control-Z? They unrevealed it? I will say, if that comes out, I'd totally play it again. Officially reveal it? Oh, okay. Kind of wish they would make another good game that's not just Skyrim, Oblivion again. It's like World of Warcraft. Like, hey, y'all like WoW, right? Here's WoW Vanilla again. Here's WoW the Burning Crusade again. Here's Warcraft 3 again, but we broke everything. Here's Diablo 2 Remastered. Here's Overwatch 2. It's the same game. That's freaking... Just make a new one! No more good games as old ones? I guess. It's official. The games when I was growing up were the best ones. I win. Alright. Let's see. Airwax says stay on Guild Wars 2. Guild Wars 1 is not your thing. Actually, judging by the amount of viewers I get while I'm playing it, Guild Wars 1 is currently more popular. So you'd be mistaken there. We had 400 viewers on Twitch and like 100 on YouTube last night while we were playing Guild Wars 1. There's a lot of people showing up to watch it. You know what is Muck's thing? Spooky games. Bluebell, that's your thing. That's something I tolerate that you love. Alright. I've heard there's a new GTA 5. I don't know anything about that. Grand Theft Auto has never been a series I've been into. You're on the front page roller deck. Roller deck? What is roller deck? I'm so burnt on Guild Wars 2, I need a new MMO. That's fine. Not everyone plays the same game forever. I mean, you don't have to enjoy something for forever. You could take breaks from it. I went like a whole week without harassing you about spooky games, Muck. I think I did pretty well. That's true, Bluebell. I'm very proud of you. You've come a long way. Let's see. Is there a quicker way to get Gift of Exploration, or just doing the same boring stuff in every area? The only ways I know for Gift of Exploration is just go get it yourself, which, you know, takes a lot of time. Pathing module can make it a lot faster, because that just, like, shows you the route and you just follow it. And the second thing that you could do is basically buy the Gift of Exploration from someone else. To do that, it's a convoluted process because it's not tradable. But if you're making a legendary, if you find someone else who has all the non-tradable materials for a legendary, then you give them all the tradable materials, they make the legendary, hand it back to you, and you pay them for all the stuff that they spent, such as the Gift of Exploration. You can frequently find people that are doing that on the Overflow Trading Community Discord, which I'll link here in the chat right now if you're interested in that. But like I said, it's a bit of a process. Alright, this character needs some bag space freed up. So, salvage yellows. There we go. Okay. You're on the front page of Twitch for me, at least. I don't think I am for everyone, because usually when that happens, my viewer count jumps by like 10,000. So I'm guessing, let's see. So like this is the carousel at the top. You can apply to be up here, which is like a whole process, or you get lucky. Oh, Pirate Software is up there. And, but if you see me like a little bit lower, like anything below the carousel, I think it's like a recommendation. Like, it's like based on stuff we see. Look, recommended Guild Wars channels. It knows that I've been watching Guild Wars lately, so it's recommending me that. This says while Noxxi's offline, which is freaking just anime girls. So because I've rated Noxxi, and Noxxi's always freaking VTubing, now it's like, yo, you like anime girls? Thanks, Nox. Ruining my recommendations. You're on the carousel? Then I don't know. I mean, I'll take it. That's weird, though. Like I said, usually if I'm on the carousel, my viewer count just goes 10,000. But, maybe it's, like, regional or something. Maybe it's, like, regional. Muck's VTuber addiction has been revealed. You don't like anime girls? I mean, they can be cute, but I don't know of a single VTuber. I mean, I guess Noxxi's a VTuber. Other than Noxxi, that I regularly watch. Do I know the names of any? I remember Shy Lily, because she was in the Plunderstorm tournament I was in. And I know she's, like, as far as, like, the size of her channel, she's massive. And what else? I know there's Neuro, who's the one that's, like, AI. And that's fascinating to me because she's a robot. Like, she's actually AI. And her channel's doing better than most of everybody else's channels. I don't know many others by name. I heard the, I don't know her name, the one that's, like, really short, like, her character. Her character's really short, and it's based on, like, a shark. I know, like, she's quitting soon, and I've seen Twitter be up in arms about that, because apparently it's, like, some kind of feud between her and management. So, like, I've heard about that. Like, that has breached my bubble on Twitter. Just because that's been so big. Gargura. So it's like, yeah, I've never seen her content, but like I know that is like that event is so big within her space that it's like going out into other spaces. What about Iron Mouse? Iron Mouse won a streamer award last year. Okay, wait, yeah, I do know of Iron Mouse because like Kai Cenat was like the top streamer, and then Iron Mouse passed him. And then he passed her again. And they were both, like, super nice about it. I remember them talking, like, doing, like, their speeches. And then, but, like, their audiences were not super nice about it. Their audiences were going out after each other like it was some kind of blood feud. I remember that they had to, like put out, like, a announcement, like, asking people to calm down. Yeah. I remember Iron Mouse. She's the one that's like, I think she's like bedridden or something. Like she has some nasty physical condition with her body in real life. And the VTubing is like one way that she's able to like sort of live a normal life while she's doing that. So I guess I know a few things about that. But again, I don't think I've ever seen her content. But I learned most of what I know about her from when she won that award.
You must prove your strength to Ox by becoming the Ox. I can
becoming the Ox.
For a short time. Use it to move those offerings.
Sea-Dog VA is doing his cyclothon for the foundation that researches Iron Mouse's medical condition, the Immune Deficiency Foundation. Right on. Sounds like a good cause to me. We gotta get rid of Eternal Ice. Girl used the general disagreement with manager catch-all term, and everyone latched onto that. She's been taking her success very hard because she's literally became the company's face overnight, whereas she's always been very shy. What else? There was something else I knew about her. What was? Oh, the baseball thing. Didn't they play her, like, they're using her as a mascot for, like, a baseball team, and people are memeing now that she's quitting, like, the team's never gonna win another game? I saw that. I saw that too. Like they had her on like some like, you know, mega billboard at a game, like singing like "Take me out to the ball game." And then apparently that team finally started winning. Let's see. Salvage all yellows. It was the Dodgers. They won because she sang the song. There you go. Her witchcraft won them the game. Stuff like that, expectations she never asked for being piled on her. Yeah, let's see. Can you look up WoW 8-bit Molten Core update? What? WoW 8-bit Molten Core update. It didn't pre-fill. 2008 April Fools. Hold on. This is so stupid. Alright, I googled it. I found this video. Glorious 192i resolution. Has sound. Yeah. Alright, I saw it. I admit I was hoping for more. I was expecting it was going to look like Super Adventure Box or something. I will say, like, the whole thing that I'm one of those people that when I, like, in the last few months I heard someone say, oh, so-and-so's graduating. I'm like, what, like, high school? And they had to explain to me that when a VTuber graduates, they basically take him out back and shoot him. Alright? That's a slight joke. They quit, okay? And then my understanding is they're not allowed to use that character anymore. Like, they're effectively quitting working with the agency they were working with. And they can go stream on their own after that, but they cannot use the same character that they built up. Because they, like, sign a contract or something like that. And, like, I am definitely outside that bubble. I don't know a lot about it, but that sounds so dumb that some company has that much power over those content creators. To me, that sounds so dumb to me that a company has so much power over them. So like if they're like, you know, if they don't meet all the requirements or whatever of the company, they basically get deleted. And they lose their YouTube channel too. It's like the YouTube channel for that character is not theirs. Is there any data on how many current players have Guild Wars 2? Most Guild Wars 2 players are on the standalone client because the standalone client has existed for over 10 years. However, there are, just as of the last couple years, the game went live on Steam and on Epic. You can see the current amount of people playing it on Steam, but that is a slice of the player base because, again, most of them are on the standalone client. I do not know a way to get you the numbers for the standalone client people. I don't have those. The actual model and IP belong to the company, so that makes sense. It's super dumb, it makes sense. Yeah, it's just like okay, if the company, I don't know, I kind of get it. It sounds scummy to me, right? It's like, okay, the company helps pay for their model, their rigging or whatever, right? And then they go out and they make the thing popular. So like, let's say Gargura, hold on. Let's see if I can spell this. Gargura YouTube. How big's her YouTube channel? 4.6 million, okay? So she takes the YouTube channel for the Gargura character from 0 subscribers to 4.6 million, okay? And then plus however many she has on Twitch and stuff like that. And then because, and then like she gets to keep none of that. It's like, yeah, the company is like an investor in my mind at the beginning, but the fact that they just take everything when she leaves. I say she, I'm talking about like any VTuber. It's just, it sounds crazy to me as an outsider. It sounds absolutely bonkers. Have you seen how butthurt major publishers are that Steam makes player numbers public? No, I haven't, but I could see that.
Good hunting.
I could see that happening, but no, I haven't seen that. Alright, that gets rid of that. Consume all. Okay. HoloLive is only YouTube, or did you want to say Twitter is Twitch? Wait, what? If I stumbled on my words, I'm not sure what I said. Good afternoon from Denmark. Hello, Soul Dice. Welcome. It's like professional wrestling. They have to use new personas if they end their contract. VTuber companies also charge their talents for lots of stuff to try to make them spend money so they can control them. If you want a more elaborate well, look up equipment potency equivalence number. Of course, that one became reality, at least partly. I mean, I've told this story before. It's on one of my old funny moment or like story time videos. Was the ogres? Was when WoW announced, which ended up being for an April Fool's, but WoW announced that they were adding the 2-headed ogres as a playable race to their game. And I was like, yo, I want to do that. You know, like you play it with another person, and like one person controls the right arm, one the left arm, and you fight over the legs. And I was like, yo, that sounds amazing. So if you had an ogre that like the left head and the right head are both warriors, the total is like the best main tank you've ever had. But if you got it's like a warrior / priest, then it's like a really good soloer because it's like a warrior that can also heal. And I was so excited for that. And they're like, oh, April Fools. And I was just like, I want a refund. I came here for ogres. I was very upset. Didn't they do that with Shogal? Yeah, like 7 years later. But it's just like, the reason I bought the game. I was there for ogres. On contrary, the meta these days is to put in your time with the company, to jump ship after 2 years or so and go independent. When a VTuber leaves the company, then continues streaming a significant part of their audience, finds them again, and follows them even when the smaller audience, they end up ahead when it comes to revenue cut and creative freedom. I mean, meta just means the best way of doing something within the current rules. Like, that doesn't mean it's, like, morally right, you know? And again, this is my opinion, and people are allowed to disagree. I'm just saying that, like, as an outsider, like, having learned about all of what I have learned so far about, like, HoloLive and stuff like that, sounds insane. It sounds bonkers to me. Was it that far away? Where did the time go? You know what? Let's see. WoW playable ogres, April Fools. Alright, so that was 2004 that they did that joke. Heart of the... wait. Oh, yeah, I was like, Heart of the Storm. Heroes of the Storm, Cho'Gall release date. 2015. So it was 11 years later. So I was tricked for ogres and I had to wait 11 years for it. And it was in a different game. So yeah, I don't forgive them. Let's see. As an insider, it is insane. Oh, we can agree on that. I mentioned it before, but the triple class server in EverQuest is why I love that, or just be Twitch block that word. Server IV Mage Necro Beastmaster. That sounds cool. Mug, is there any news on the Commando class release? Ha 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 ha. The way VTuber companies use their characters is still very exploitative, even if it's beneficial to the creators. Blizzard has 2 games called HOTS. Yeah, that's why it screwed me up. I typed Heart of the Storm in the game, and there was apparently a thing for that. And I was like, this is not what I'm looking for. Muck, will you set a date to clean that inventory? I mean, we could do it now. We could do bag cleaning ASMR if y'all want to. You know, it's really crazy to see this item in my bag now. Hang on a second. Guild Wars proof of... what is it called? Is it Proof of Triumph? Give me a second. Proof of Legend. Okay. Where is anniversary celebration? Okay, cool. Let me show you guys something here. For those who haven't seen it. Okay. So I've been playing Guild Wars 1 this week, right? Right here. Proof of Legend is an item in Guild Wars 1. Proof of Triumph is an item in Guild Wars 1. Here's the Proof of Legend in Guild Wars 2. I never knew that this item in my bag was
Great.
a reference to the
now
first
you
game.
Can start.
Now I know. Now I know about that. There's you know, so many little things in this game that I didn't realize were also in the first one. If you look at the anniversary skills and well, yeah, the anniversary skills of Guild Wars 1 were made during the, like, what, 15th anniversary of the game? So the anniversary skills of GW1 were made from, like, or inspired by GW2. However, the rest of it is, like, GW2 stuff inspired by GW1, obviously. Okay. Short question, does the game stay so easy for the path to level 80? Currently level 10 and never met any strong opponent till now. So the game, while leveling, is not too bad unless you're, like, trying to fight, like, elites and stuff like that, or, like, just an overwhelming number of stuff. However, I will say that, for better or for worse, they cranked that crap up with Heart of the, with Maguma Jungle. When you get to Maguma, the first expansion, they really dialed it up. So there's many people that, like, they think they know how to play because they're level 80, and then they get to the first expansion, and then it's like they get hit a wall. They get absolutely ripped apart by dinosaurs. So they and part of the reason is when the first expansion came out, many people had been level 80 for a long time, and they had already kind of fine-tuned their builds and stuff. But if you're doing the game in order, you get through the core content, and you're like, oh, this is easy. And you get to Maguma, and you're just like, oh my god! Yeah, they do not mess around. Playing more Guild Wars, you might even realize how many Guild Wars weapons made it to Guild Wars 2. Yeah, possibly. Did you know about the skill that prevents you from rezzing someone naturally in Mount Balrior? Frozen Soil was range skill in Guild Wars 1. I found that out just a few days ago, Bethrin, yeah. Yeah, so, for the New Bloods, the spirits that a ranger can summon, there are versions of them in Guild Wars 1. The spirits in Guild Wars 1, though, they affect allies and enemies, so you have to be careful. So, for example, one might be like, you know, double the strength of all arrows. But that includes enemy arrows nearby, so you gotta be careful when you use it. However, there's one called Frozen Soil. And Frozen Soil is no one can res anyone in the area. So, not friend or foe. And frozen soil is the thing that prevents people rezzing people in the Convergence. And you have to get that one bear to dispel it to be able to res folks. Let's see, I need those. And salvage blue and white items. The same frozen soil that living memory thaws in the new fight. Mm-hmm. Yep. Yep. So that was a GW1 reference that I just recently was informed of. Do I have 250 slots open? Yes, I do. I think I hated the snipers the most. Yeah, they leave the like lava lines on the ground when they fire. Yeah, they're pretty rough. Monks in Guild Wars 1 have a heal that's centered on the caster AoE, but it works on everything dangerous to use. That makes me think of like in Pathfinder, Channel Energy is a ability that the clerics have, and oracles, and it'll just heal everything around them. And if they don't have a feat called Selective Channeling, it will heal the enemies also. Yes. But then they also have a version of it where they can use the channel to heal the living or harm the dead. And if you use it to, if you have an undead member of your party for some reason, again, if you don't have selective channeling, when you use it to blast enemies, you'll barbecue your own teammate if they're within like 40 feet of you. Let's see, yellows. Let's see. Super loot bag. Sell that. Whoa, 3 gold. Holy smokes. I'll take that. Not related to Guild Wars, but D&D has Fairy Fire that makes everything glows and take extra damage, including players. I thought Fairy Fire was single target. Is that area of effect? Maybe it's just that Fairy Fire's been in so many different games, I'm thinking of the wrong one. Okay, let's see. Linen is overflowing into my bags. I didn't know the SAB boxes sold that much. I haven't even done SAB. I don't know how I got 3 boxes, unless they just like drop from champions or something. Gotta go have fun. See ya, Cal. Nice review of Kazan. Thank you! Appreciate that. That was a great freaking game. Chat, if any of you like the occasional Souls-like game, and you also like to hear my opinions on stuff, I posted a review video this morning of my thoughts after playing through all of First Berserker Kazan. Chat, I am... To TLDR it, I think I might have a new favorite Souls-like. I enjoyed Dark Souls 3, Elden Ring's expansion, Lies of P, Lords of the Fallen, Black Myth Wukong. I enjoyed those games. I think I have a new favorite for that genre. Kazan was such a joy to play. Like how fluid the movements are. Because like Elden Ring is fun, but it's like clunky, right? It's like, you know, you issue a command and then you wait the next 2 seconds to see how it pans out because you can't control your character anymore. Like, Kazan was such a joy to play. Kazan bosses are too spongy, IMO. I think more it was just that my build was too defensive, so it took way too long to kill him. There was one very epic battle I had with the dragon that took over 30 minutes, and I'll remember it forever. I never want to do it again. But a lot of people were like, yo, this is a 10-minute fight for me. And I'm like, that sounds more normal. I think my build was just too tanky and not enough damage. But still, that even with that, it was such a great game. But if you're not into Souls-likes, then, you know, that's fine too. Defense builds are best builds. It's what I'm most comfortable with, for sure. Like, when I'm running around an open world in Guild Wars 1 and you've got a party of like 6 to 8 people, I bring 2 healers. You don't have to, but it makes it really cozy, you know? It's like, yeah, maybe it's a little bit slower than another group, but it's so safe. It's so great. I don't have to worry about, like, you know, random problems that might happen. And if a problem does happen, it has to be way worse to actually become a problem. Are you looking forward to the Oblivion remake? I would play it. So, just, I have not seen any of the information on it, but I will tell you, I played Morrowind when it came out. I played Oblivion when it came out. I played Skyrim when it came out. They are all fantastic games. Elder Scrolls Online exists. They are all fantastic games that I greatly enjoyed. So if they're remaking Oblivion, I would absolutely play it and give it a shot. I would try it out. Who's that? Rage Assassin GW2. Chat, my bot never, I should say Twitch, never announces raids from Rage Assassin because it thinks that her name is just absolutely villainous. Because her name is Rage Butt in GW2, according to Twitch. Thank you, Rage. Mukluk Douglas, Bartholomew, Reginald Esquire the Fourth, this is Johnson Van Snuffles the Third. Welcomes you and your community to the lab. Hope you enjoy your stay entertainment's on the way. Cricket the speakers, subtouch speakers, giveaways every week. Please take a seat, but you're lonely near the edge. Welcome. Thank you. Is Oblivion like Avowed? No, Avowed, dude, I thought Avowed was a good game. I just think that so many people were like, oh, it's not Oblivion. Well, yeah, Guild Wars 2 is not Oblivion either. You numbnuts. No, it's not that. But if you just play it and you just enjoy it for what it is, that was a really fun game. Anyway, Oblivion was fun. Oblivion was a fun game. Like, coming from someone who played through these games when they were out, Morrowind was a great game. Oblivion took Morrowind, dumbed it down for a dumber, younger audience, and released to great success. Then, Oblivion was taken, it was made stupider, and simplified, and dumbed down again for another younger audience, and the result was Skyrim. Okay? So Oblivion has a bit more complexity than Skyrim. Morrowind has more complexity than Oblivion. So, I think that at this point, we're just going back in the other direction. And another 50 years, they'll release Morrowind, and then after that, we'll actually get maybe we'll get Daggerfall or something. We'll see. So Twitch would block Sassafras. Well, Bluebell, if someone on Twitch whose username was Sassafras rated me, it wouldn't read it out loud. It wouldn't, like, do the announcement. That's the issue. Then Skyrim was taken, done nothing with, and released again and again and again. Yeah. How did Oblivion NPC become a meme? Keep in mind, at the time that Oblivion came out, it was, like, the biggest game of its type, right? So, you know, everyone knew about memes related. You know, stop! You violated the law! Yeah, anything that was a meme in Oblivion kind of made it into gamer culture, because it was, like, the big thing at that time. Muck, you're awesome. Yeah, thank you, Killjoy! The crazy thing is I've never played Oblivion. I was stuck in MMO grind. No, I mean, that's fine. Like, I played, as a kid, I played so many CRPGs, I never played Baldur's Gate. Like, the old Baldur's Gate games. Sublime! But I played all of Neverwinter. I don't know if there's any Neverwinter Nights fans in the chat. Dude, I played the Neverwinter games to death. I loved those, but I never got around to playing Baldur's Gate. So, I mean, yeah, it happens. We didn't all have time to try everything. Dude, that cheeseburger icon's making me hungry. Freaking thing. How dare you make me hungry? The Oblivion NPCs were revolutionary at the time in many ways. They really bleeped up the line ratings. The voice actors were given lines in alphabetical order and barely any instructions. Yeah, there was the, was it Patrick Stewart is the Emperor that, like, he dies in the tutorial, and there's a funny story involving that. The character, the Emperor of Oblivion, like, he dies in the tutorial. And so yes, that's a spoiler, but that's a spoiler of, like, the first 10 minutes of the game, okay? And they give him, when they went to the voice actor to get the lines read, they gave him a stack of paper that was, like, his goals, his motivations, this prophecy, everything he knows, and they were like, we're sorry if we overdid it. And I think it was Patrick Stewart was like, I wish everyone gave me this. You did a fine job. So, like, it basically gave him all of this backstory and stuff, and, like, what the guy was thinking when he said things, so that he knew, like, how to do the tones and stuff like that. So he was able to really, really get into the character for 10 minutes. Because then he dies. And then he's gone. Do you have any plans for your gold stack as of now? I do not at the moment. I could make a 4th collab journey, I guess. Other than my daily logins for the, my routine, this is my first time logging in like a week since the last Guild Wars Tuesday. Okay, and we got, let's see, that's, alright. That's blues. 39 greens again. Okay. It always blows my mind that American Dad got him to play the wild CIA director. Yeah. It's been a long time since I saw American Dad. I remember in one episode they referenced Star Trek, and then Patrick Stewart's like, what? And they're like, Star Trek, it was a show on TV, it's sci-fi. And Patrick Stewart, who played Jean-Luc Picard, is like, some of us were getting laid. He just insults the guy. Let's see. Oh, shoot, what was that? Guess get that. Get those, that's fine. Jam through gearboxes. If you link a Steam Guild Wars 1 account with a non-Steam Guild Wars 2 account, no, you can't. I haven't tested that, but that's what I've been told by other people. Alright, Mithril ore is overflowing out of the bank. Where are you at, Mithril ore? Sauron knows everything Pippin knows. Fortunately, Pippin knows jack crap. Yeah. Don't you have a permanent merchant? Yeah, but if I use it now, it would summon it on top of the banker, and it would inconvenience other people, and I have a conscience, unlike Mesmer's. Muck my party potato. What? Oh my god, everybody freaking yell at me, turn into a potato. Ah! There we go. Okay. Where was I? The cast of Star Trek is, thanks to that, he didn't like the job and took the rest of the cast to take this take on his own friend him. Since they do all kinds of fun roles, he would drag the other Shakespearean actors into movies. If Mesmer's had a conscience, they'd be necros. Yes, because when I think person with a conscience, I think a necromancer. Because they recycle. Fix that conscience problem, MMO players aren't allowed to have one. Ah, it's worked out for me so far. Look at all these wonderful people here. They crave someone with morals to hang out with. Alright, let's see. Galrath's helm. Wait! Didn't I just kill a Galrath in Guild Wars 1, like, yesterday? Hold on. Hold on. Galrath is a warrior seeking to learn arcane magic at the Wizard's Tower in Krata. Yo! I did kill this guy yesterday. Well, there's another GW1 reference I didn't recognize until now. Hold on, chat. This is him. That's Galrath. I hit him so hard, his helmet is found all over GW2. Oh, wait, open that window back up. Galrath's also in Soto. I don't know. That was Hableon. I looked up Galrath, that's who came up. Isn't that the undead dude in Soto? Oh, yeah, he's a member of the Secrets of the Obscure Wizards. Yeah, you're right. So I guess next time I see him, I'll be like, yo, I got your hat. He'll be like, oh, thanks. I'll be like, I sold it. And they'll be like, wow, jerk. That was the potato timer. Okay. Galrath the Undying, yeah. Is the helmet the same model? Not sure. Muck learning the lore after 9,000 hours. It's true. It's never really been a goal. Like, I know a lot of different lore for Guild Wars 2, but the Guild Wars universe as a whole, like, there's a lot going on there. I also know the 3 novels. I read those, and I greatly enjoyed them. Like, but if you go back and talk to Guild Wars 2, he remembers your ancestor killed him. I mean, it's not my ancestor. He remembers a human killed him. I'm playing an Asura. Unless I was like, just, like adopted into the family. He's like, wait a minute. I remember a guy named Mukluk running at me screaming many years ago. And I'll be like, whoa, that's crazy. Small world. Get rid of these Corsair things. You played as an Asura in Guild Wars 1. Then he'll just remember Vec then. I was hiding behind the Vec disguise. So Vec is blamed for my crimes. What? Hope you have an awesome Easter. Sorry for this being sent later in the day due to the holiday. I got on later. Have fun in the Super Adventure Box. See you next holiday. Easter joke. How do you make Easter preparations move faster? Use the egg press lane. Oh my god. How does the Easter Bunny get to all the houses so quickly? He uses the egg press lane. Oh my god. Eggs, chocolate, unidentified dyes, super loot bag, and a brown springer. Thank you, Queen Poof. Roll up to him on your roller beetle, but he has PTSD. Yeah, yeah, because I killed him with a swarm of beetles. Let's see. Alright, I'm getting Bauble Overflow. I need to visit Lion's Arch for a minute and get rid of this. Let's do that. Okay. Is Galrath a baddie? I mean, you kill him in the first game. But in the second game, he's an undead wizard. Like, it was literally not even part of the main quest. It was just a quest to go outside of town and hunt this guy down who's doing bad stuff and take him out. He was just like a side quest. And we did it just the other day. There should be a collection for dyed eggs where you use unidentified dye to craft them. Does the helmet look the same? Yeah, I don't know if the helmet looks the same or not. Galrath is kind of hot, not gonna lie.
There you go.
But he's dead, he's gonna be smelly. There we go. Bubble bubble. Alright, now I gotta get rid of fine rift essences. Yeah, he never saw the Asura. He just was screaming with a bunch of roller beetles in his face. For my first character, Guild Wars 1, I decided to get Legendary Defender of Ascalon. What? For your first character? I'm level 10, just 100k XP to go. Yeah, just the hard part to go. Yeah, it's all easy until things stop giving XP. How's the Guild Wars 1 grind going so far? I'm max level, and I've gotten ahead of most of the player base, so now I gotta wait, because there's... I could keep going, but doing dungeons and stuff with bots, you know, the whole point of the event is to play with other people, so I'm waiting on them to catch up. Let's see... Let's make some of these to get this out of my bag. Okay, that frees up some spots. Okay. Get rid of that. Get rid of that. I'm doing much better. We're down to...
Can I get butter?
381 inventory spaces open. Can I get better? What's up, Tobby? RS says I need 3 more ranked wins PvP on a ranger for the Leggy back piece. I'm running a metal battle druid healing build, and it worked at first, but I've been getting rolled constantly now. Am I just bad? I mean, you might be bad. I don't know, but I think part of it is just that the PvP player base is small, so there's a decent chance when you queue, you're going to run into people that have been playing for like 9,000 hours. And it's unfortunate when that happens, but... You know, you might be fine for your skill level, and it might just be throwing you against tougher opponents because it can't find others. I consider going back for LDOA because back when I tried it last time, you had to death level, and that was a thing. Yeah, death leveling's awful. Can be Wednesday. I want to see the adventures of the schizophrenic Yakuza member. I found it. There was this was Laura's reaction when she encountered Galrath and Soto. Okay, hold on.
It's Galrath! Look at his name!
Okay, hold on. Why does she sound like Gollum? Oh, it's on 2x speed. I didn't realize it was on 2x speed. Dude, she sounded like freaking Gollum.
It's Galrath! Look at his name!
Okay, let me... That is not doing her justice. Let me slow this down. 1 second.
It's Galrath! Look at his name!
Okay, you know what? She still kind of sounds like...
What? I spent so much time killing you in Guild Wars 1. And you're still here!
Oh my god. Oh, I didn't expect those last few words. Master is giving Dobby a sock, yeah. Squirrel Laura entered the chat. I got like 6 characters with Guam and I never got into Guild Wars too much, just recently started getting into it. Oh, nice. Well, I hope you enjoy it. It is a different game. Okay. Alright, that is done and done. I think the bag is probably clean enough now. I think it's probably clean enough. We got 99 out of 480 slots. Running my daily Super Adventure Box run and need background sound to not go crazy. You want me to just jingle some keys, Tommy? Jingle, 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 jingle. You know what I can show you for background sound? I was planning on playing this at least once today. Hold on a sec. I'm gonna start something and then cancel it just to make sure that it buffers. Just a second. So hang on. And there we go. I knew that was gonna happen. I knew that was gonna happen. All right, hold on, chat. I'm gonna show off something. All right, for those of you who haven't seen it. Okay. As many of you know, I've been working on a project with ArenaNet's permission. It's not approved by them. I just have their permission that they're not gonna come for my kneecaps. Of this little dude coming to a store near you, sort of. So Plushie Muck is available tomorrow. And because of that, one, the exclamation plushie command is now updated to the store page, which has a countdown. And I made a commercial for it. It's really cringe. Enjoy. So my foot's totally stuck in there, right? I'm freaking out. The dog's having a seizure and I've still got half a pie left.
Father, I have had enough. I crave the third dimension.
What? No. You are fine where you are. You're safe, and I don't have to worry about what you're getting into.
You leave me no choice. I will begin reading the names of all files contained within the folder, 1995 tax returns, out loud.
Whoa! No, don't do that. You've made your point. Straight for the jugular. Who taught you this? Fellas?
Perfection.
Okay, now you've got what you wanted. Go find some place to sit and... Wait. What are you doing? What are you doing?
The Azuran High Council has authorized 1,000 units to be brought into this world. You will now provide living quarters.
No! Mukluk Asura plushie now available. Link in the description below. Worldwide shipping supported, but supplies are limited. We have permission from Big Brother to find 1,000 Asura homes before we have to fear for our kneecaps. If that changes, I'll let you know. Get 1 or 10 now while supplies last. FOMO. Here's a picture of the little guy next to a knife for scale.
And let me see what you have! No!
Click the link.
And that's it. Exclamation plushie. Get you one of those. We only have some left. And by some, I mean 400. We have 600 were pre-ordered, which means we're only allowed to sell 400 more, and then they come from my kneecaps. Do they come with a knife? No. Maybe if you...
He makes funny noises.
Maybe a future release will have a plushie knife with it. This one you supply your own knife. Have you done convergence today? No, I haven't fought anything today. I've just sold plushies and clean bags. Does it come with kneecaps? I mean, he's got knees. It's there we go. He's got knees somewhere around there. I think he looks best sitting though. If I ever go to like a con or something for Guild Wars, I'm gonna have this guy velcroed to my shoulder or like on top of a wizard hat or something so people can find me. That's my plan, chat. I'm putting him back in his spot. Okay. Top tier acting. Thank you, Noxxi. I thought I did pretty well then. You should cosplay as him. I would need to be like in a wagon on my knees or something because I'm too tall. I loved it. Thank you, Sand. Hat with seatbelt for the little lad. Yeah. Alright. That's fine. Let's find something to hit. Tarir. Deathbrand of Shatter is about to start. Let's go try that. Let's see what's going on over there. If you take off his hat, will the random hairstyle spawn on his head like in-game? His hat is sewed on. I mean, if you were to cut the hat off, I think he would just be bald. Very aquadynamic. Helps him get through the water faster.
Birds. How are you today?
Hello, Bird Tree. Welcome. Let's not lie to your loyal viewers. You're never going to a convention breaking the streaming streak. Well, no. If I went to a convention, I would just, like, do an RL stream for, like, 5 minutes from my terrible phone just to keep the streak going. And they're EU. I'm on EU right now, but I don't know if anyone's here at the moment. Let's see. Might be here too early. Hold on, let me check Tarir. I might be here too early. He called you father. Who is now your favorite child? I love them all equally. Heart of Thorn. Not full join re. Nice! I saved the city from the Mordrum. Nice job. Well done, everybody. Good job. We really pulled together on that one. Almost lost Billy there in phase 2, but oh, nice job, Sarah. Okay, let's get our loot. Good job, everyone. Let's get that money. We earned it. Earned it. First try. First try, indeed. Oh. See that. Yo, picnic. Yeah, just go into the picnic. Any updates? Any updates? On the plushie? Yes. On Guild Wars 2? Not today that I know of. South slackers. As a South main, I would say it's everybody else's fault. If you loot the chest without killing the boss, where's the sense of pride and accomplishment? Now you'll have to spend $60 on a skin to get the same sense of pride and accomplishment. Oh my god. That lady? No. I was sure there was an update because you're streaming. Tabi, I have been streaming every single day for the last 6 years without missing a day. They didn't do updates on most of them. Everyday update. Dude, they'd be like, what do we update today? We have to put something out. Ugh. Reduce Ellie's hit points by 1. Just every day, reduce their HP by 1. If we don't have something better to do. Give the 1 hit point to Guardians. Every day, take 1 HP from Ellie's and give it to Guardians. Mug is online again. God, Darwin, what can we update? Ellie's got 1 HP or 100k hit points that will still have B full takes. Yo, my most popular YouTube short, which has like 100k views, is when I was talking about Elementalists. And I was like, yo, I didn't make up this. This wasn't me. I was like, chat, what's the one thing Ellies are known for? And then chat, like, was like dying, dead, downstate, dead, corpses, floor. This is like 100 people said it. I'm like, see, it's not me. This is their reputation. I'll leave for 1 second and not you want to kill me again and give them to Guardian. What's up, Mahuyo? I don't know what you're talking about. New skill for Necro, raise an Ellie minion. The minion can shoot fireballs. I recently started playing Tempest and I enjoy it. It's something new and fresh for me. Fresh air pun. If I were to main Ellie, I would play Tempest too. But it's not that I love Tempest. It's that Catalyst and Weaver confused me. So it's like, by eliminating those two, Tempest is what's left. Oblivion Remaster is now on Steam. Is it now? Hold on, let me see if anyone's fighting this dragon, then I'll go check. Hello, hello, Rent! Oh, they're in Biora. Why are you in the group finder for friggin' Jahai? Oh wow, it just moved. All right, I guess I'll go join the Drakar group then. Yeah, we went into Biora and Grothmar yesterday in Guild Wars 1 because I briefly went into Eye of the North just because sorry, rephrase. Eye of the North is the name of a Guild Wars 1 expansion, for people who don't know. And it includes, among other things, these regions. And I went to the Eye of the North area of Guild Wars 1 yesterday for, like, an hour, just to pick up some skills that I wanted. And then I went back to the Prophecies playthrough I was working on. And it was kind of cool. I was like, whoa, this is Grothmar. I recognize this. Whoa, this is Biora. Muck, have you tried the new season and Last Epoch? I have not, no. Been too busy with the many other games we've been working on. Alright, let's see... Where... Dang it. Icebrood Saga. There it is. Drakar. Recently I had a thought. Would more buttons make Weaver easier? Like doubling the elements so that you can change your main hand and offhand elements separate from each other. Doubling the elements. What? What? Weaver, no. Adding more buttons to Weaver's 80 buttons would not make it easier. Because your editor is bad at advertising their videos, can you check out their latest video? Not all of Noxxi's videos are PG. Is this one? What is this video? Hang on. My critiques on how to approach Guild Wars 1. This is 24 minutes long. I can check this out later on, but I don't think I want to watch a 24-minute video on stream right now. Have you seen the Oblivion reveal? Yeah, a few people have brought it up. Looking forward to the Morrowind re-release in a few years.
Watch it, could come out anywhere.
Daggerfall 2030.
Spirits, look out!
If it were a Rose video, though. Yeah, but we plan, like, the day around that.
Now get in there and cut off the source.
Ritala Ethereal, thank you. Appreciate the primes. Those are huge help. Thank you, thank you. Right now, if you want to have your offhand element of the earth, you just press 2 buttons with kneeling in mind. Yeah. Yeah, Weaver doesn't need more. I mean, honestly, I would say Weaver could probably use less buttons. But the 4 people that can actually play Weaver would probably get upset about that change. Oh, much better. Hey, we res here. That wasn't really needed. They would have gotten rallied in a few more seconds. New elite LE spec. Pressing the same element goes into a shroud with more buttons. I don't know, if we get them to name more abilities, we might end up with more things like Haboob. What's more APM intensive, an engineer, a weaver, or an Engie with most of his kits and tool belt skills? I mean, what are the highest... Okay. I don't know if Weaver is the highest APM, but Weaver has a whole lot of different buttons. For example, Berserker is extremely high APM, but that's because Berserker is hitting F1 every other key. They're like 1 F1, 2 F1, 3 F1, 4 F1, 5 F1, 1 F1, 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 F1 to F2, F1, and it's just, so it's one key, but it's high APM, you know? APM doesn't always mean more buttons. Weaver is confusing because they just have so many different buttons. And then you put them all together, and it's the damage of an auto-attacking thief. BP unload. Okay, what's next? Oh, wrong thing. Do you think DPS builds that don't bring utility should have higher damage in general compared to boon builds? Yes. I think you mentioned in your Weaver video that they just don't bring much outside of damage, but not a lot more than other builds that also bring utility. Yes. Now, granted, you know, everyone's gonna have their own opinions on this, but I think for game balance, if you have a build that can do block on demand, reflect projectiles on demand, res someone with a function gyro on demand, just any kind of weird utility, I think you should do less damage than someone who has 0 utility. Weaver has no utility. Like, a Weaver has to choose 3 specializations for damage, 9 trait choices for damage. Every utility they take is for damage. Their elite they take is for damage, and they barely keep up with the Guardian, who can do stability or resistance or block projectiles or reflect projectiles at any moment just because he's a Firebrand. Not because he took anything for those. This is just Firebrand gives that stuff. I do believe that the Weaver, or anyone who's gone for pure DPS, should do more than people that are, you know, have utility. I would say Tempest Pistol and Catus Spear are more demanding with pressing buttons. Maybe, I don't know. Hard question, but why do you think they balance it like they do? I agree with your take. I don't know. There's many assumptions I could make. One assumption is that they just look at the top players and balance based on what they're doing. I hope that's not the case, but it's a possibility. Another assumption is they could balance based on popularity. Let's say for example, they have got data and they're like, okay, across all rangers in instanced content, we see that, I don't know, I'm just gonna pick something here, chat. We see that the skill guard is never used. So why don't we give it a buff for PvE? And honestly, if that's how they did balancing, I wouldn't complain. Because that, you know, they do that and then occasionally skills that you never see the light of day would get reworked. But I don't, another way of balancing is just listen to the mob. I don't think they do that because Willbender's been overpowered in PvP for the better part of a year now or more. So I don't think they're listening to the mob. I don't think that they're doing that one. So yeah, it was newbie. I don't know the answer to that. I can only make guesses. I'm sure they have a goal. I don't know what that is. Salvage greens. Okay. Let's see. What else we got now? Attack on the Blighting Towers is starting. Tower of Nightmares. Aetherblade Assaults. I'll check Aetherblade. Aetherblade, I really enjoy. Let me see if I can get into a group for that. If not, we'll try something else. Would be interesting to hear from ANET about it. Yeah, I mean, like, someone like me or Wooden Potatoes or Mighty T-Bot, we might be able to get in contact with ANET and do, like, an interview or something. But typically, when you do something like that, you have to, like, submit the questions you're going to ask them. And they can tell you, no, you're not allowed to ask that beforehand. That's how those usually go. So I'm not sure if I'd be... And, like, the questions I can ask, like, probably not going to get satisfying answers. But it's possible, but the odds are low. This isn't Guild Wars 1 what? It's not. We're Back to the Future, Stinger. We're Back to the Future. Let's see. Ender Dragons, Seitung, Metataxi. Ooh, I love it! I love it. Someone's actually doing it. Let's see. If you're talking about Condi Weaver, which uses pistol with swapping between fire, earth, and water, you're essentially doing the same thing going from 2 to 3. I think water, the odd one out is you do 3 to 2. The one time I tried Ellie Pistol, the thing I disliked about it was the way that the elemental bullets worked. Because, like, for those who don't know, it's like you press a button with, like, let's say you're in Earth stance and you've got the pistol in hand. And you do a button, and then you get, like, an Earth bullet floating above you. And the next button you do fires the bullet. So, let's say, like, 1 is spawn it, 2 is fire it. 1 is spawn it, 2 is fire it. And then, like, let's say you do 1 misclick. You do fire it, and then, like, and you're out of sync. You stay out of sync for, like, the next 10 minutes. Like, the remainder of the encounter, if you don't notice it. So, like, if you don't realize, like, that you don't have the bullet when you're hitting fire it, and then you stay wrong for the next, however much is left in the encounter. So it was quite punishing as a new Ellie player if you didn't notice those mistakes, because they would continue to dog you. I've heard that other games like WoW, they balance things so the different classes are more overpowered with time. They could perfectly balance the game, but they do it so the community always has new classes, new metas to play. I'm not sure if ANET does the same like Willbender, for example. I have heard that, so Tokizo, I have never heard Blizzard come out and say, oh yeah, our goal is each patch to make someone else be overpowered. However, the community's impression of WoW is that that's the case. The community believes that each patch they pick something else and make that thing overpowered, and that's what they do. But whether or not that's, like, something they decided in office is unknown. But yeah, that's in all the years of World of Warcraft, that's been a thing. Like, oh, this patch enhancement shaman's really good, or oh, this patch hunter is busted, and then the next patch they fix hunter and now paladin's OP. Blah 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 blah. I guess I'll say my idea for an elite for Ellie, which uses the idea of Astral Form for Druid, but you're stuck in the attunement for a time, but you get new skills based on the attunement you're in. I mean, although it's not the same as Tempest, that sounds very similar to Tempest Overload. Because it's like, Ellie is, I got 4 elements I use 1 at a time. Weaver is, I got 4 elements I use 2 at a time. Catalyst is, I'm juggling Rubik's Cubes, I don't know what this guy's doing. And Tempest is, I got 4 elements and I use 1 at a time. But harder. And so you're kind of describing, like, elemental, like, overload and stuff with Tempest. But giving them new buttons for, like, going water a second time would definitely be a little different. G'day, Mugga Chat. Finally, I'm in the home office. I can watch on my other screen while working. Nice! You mean in your main office? I'm not on a big screen on the wall so everybody can see me? Unbelievable. Need to have a talk with your boss. Do you think ANET could do the same? Virtuoso took ages to be nerfed and Willbender is still very strong. The biggest issue with that, I would imagine, and again, you guys, I'm making assumptions here based on my experience as a gamer and in tech support, okay? This might not be true. I'm just sharing thoughts here. I think the biggest issue is team size. ArenaNet is a few hundred people, right? And not all of those are developers. Like, developers, I don't know how many devs they've got. Maybe 10 or 20, maybe 5. Maybe one guy with a bunch of Red Bulls, so it's just Colin in the back. I don't know. Anytime they make any change to the game, they're like, okay, we want to change this thing. They have to test it a lot. Because, one, they never do patch day. We take that for granted. They do not take down Guild Wars 2 every Tuesday to do a patch like Blizzard does with WoW. We have our game up all the time. So they want to make sure that as much as they can, that these patches that they want to do aren't going to break stuff. And there's always weird things too, like, okay, hey, we tried to buff Elementalists and now Su-Wan is throwing up everywhere. What? Why is Su-Wan throwing up? We buffed Ellie. Well, apparently the Su-Wan code was, it was a staple that Ellie would always be downstate. And they're like, oh my god, okay, just, alright, undo the Ellie buff, fix Su-Wan. Alright, how's Dragon Hunter doing? Still overpowered, fantastic, don't touch Dragon Hunter. Yeah, like, it's always weird stuff. I remember there was one time, Riot released a statement where they told about the story, where they said they tried to delete, they tried to do a rework for Cho'Gath. If you don't play League of Legends, it's a hero. And it broke the rift. Like, the map broke because Cho'Gath's code was so intertwined with it from back when it was spaghetti years before. So, anyway, like, the reason that they don't do constant updates, I think the biggest thing is their development team. It's just the size of their dev team. And then, second to that, it's going to be who's leading the dev team. Who is telling the dev team, hey, the thing that I want you guys to prioritize today is balancing, or are they telling them the thing I want you to prioritize today is something else? Like, there's a lot of rumors that ANET's working on some kind of hidden project right now. Does that have a separate development team? Or is that using the same developers? Meaning, like, on Wednesday through Friday, they work on Overwatch 3, but then Monday and Tuesday, they patch Elementalists real quick, you know? Don't know. So, like, if those people have their attention split, then that's going to slow down our updates even more. That's another possibility.
Scrape my sprockets. There's more of them.
You know, it's funny, on this topic, I've recently been playing a lot of Dungeon Defenders 2 in my free time with my boy. And, I watched an interview with him a while back, and someone's like, why don't you remake this game in, like, the newest Unreal Engine? Because DD2 was made in, like, Unreal Engine 3. And they were like, it doesn't just port over. They were like, we've got, like, 3 developers, and it would take us, like, 6 months of unraveling all our code to get it to, like, move over to the new stuff. It's not like we're starting from 0, we're starting from, like, negative 500 because we're so built into the old code. Mike, do you have an old game that you would like to see remastered sometime? I'm sure given time I could find tons of them. I'm thinking right now of games I really enjoyed as a kid. Commander Keen was the first game I remember being hooked on as a child. That was just like a side-scroller, though. That's kind of like playing Ori and the Blind Forest today. Hexen, Heretic. That's basically Doom Eternal these days. Morrowind, Oblivion, and Skyrim. I mean, they've released Skyrim 42 times. Oblivion's on its way out. Morrowind. Still got a long time, I think. Muck, why do you always play pet build? Because I like it. It makes my brain make happy juice. I like going sick 'em and seeing some kind of murder cat go flying past my shoulder and tackling somebody. Remaster is out today. Oh wait, out today or the preview's out today? Hang on. It's out, I'm downloading it. You just bought it already? Let me see. Oblivion Remastered. Well, how about that?
I was years ago. These years,
There's Patrick Stewart.
I've never been the ruler of my own dreams. Seventh of last, and the final hours of my life. I have seen the gates of Oblivion, beyond which no waking eye.
I forget what they were called, but that's those crocodile-looking Daedra.
Beyond which no waking eye may see.
Well, they stayed true to the opening cinematic.
This is only the beginning. A trap!
The time of cleansing draws nigh.
Oh, dang, the music. This is nostalgic. The glass weapons. Oh my god. Yeah, so for those that never played the Elder Scrolls games, glass is actually a very hard, lightweight material. And so this is a glass sword, and it always looks green. So there's glass armor, there's glass weaponry.
Here you must find your own path. Remember the Emperor!
Oh, the arena.
Find him.
Yeah, I mean, it looks like what I remember, but nicer. For sure. I gotta catch up. Uranium glass. Maybe we add it to the playlist? Is it as buggy as the original? Stop, you violated the law. Guy just starts clipping through the wall. Please play this, it looks awesome. I have played it, like 20 years ago. Yeah, I'm happy to play that again. I just gotta finish some of our current projects. Oh, I got, was Oblivion the one where the Thieves Guild had the Gray Fox? Or was that Morrowind? Help me out. It was Oblivion? Okay. It's you, the Gray Fox. Hey, we res that group. Also, vanilla GW2 had big issues they thankfully resolved, inventory management being one. Isn't Oblivion the game where it was easier if you didn't level up? Yes. It's a game like that, yes. Have you ever seen the meme where in Skyrim, if you sit in town and you're like blacksmithing and making daggers, that the Draugr are out like pumping iron and they're leveling up in the dungeons? Oblivion's like that too. So Oblivion, you can level up doing anything. But as you level, the world levels as well. So for example, one of the first big fighting areas that I can remember in the game was a city called Kvatch. And Kvatch is under attack by demons. If you run straight for Kvatch, it's under attack by, let's say, goblins. But if you grind a bunch of levels and do side quests, then go to Kvatch, it's under attack by like devils and stuff, like much higher level demonic monsters. It's way worse. So it's like if you spend too much time leveling like crafting type skills, and then you get there and you haven't really leveled combat type skills, you might get spanked. It's you, the hero of Kvatch.
What's wrong? Not used to physical activity? Snobby bot. Bet you're not even programmed for labor. You're pampered. Nice one.
New Oblivion game is 120 gigabytes. Yeah, I think the original was 7. I will say one thing for devs of the past, they knew how to optimize stuff. 7 was masked by that, yeah. Whatever was on the CD was what you got? Right. So they had to make sure that as best as that... They couldn't do day 1 patches. They had to make sure it freaking worked. Hey, Mike, I got mail that the plushie's in progress. When will it be sent? Hello, Wally. That should be in the mail. That should be in the email. So tomorrow, exclamation plushie chat. Tomorrow is when people that didn't pre-order it can start buying it. And after those orders are done, they'll have a total number like, oh, okay, there was a total of 502 plushies. And then they're like, okay, we need to make and ship out 502. So they go through the ordering phase, and then people, and then after they've got a count for how many to make, that's when they start cranking them out and then shipping them out. So we're in the later stages of the production right now. Personal waypoint reminder. I have not used personal waypoint in years. I'm not starting now. But if you die a lot, then, you know, maybe you should. Hi, Danny. One of my favorite things in Morrowind was the ability to craft your own magic spells, as long as the spell incorporated something that you had other magic for. It's like, if you have a spell that cures 100 hit points, you could then make a spell that cured 500 hit points, or whatever. So, like, for example, like, if you got the earliest magic in the game, like heal minor wounds, I would then craft a spell that was called Mend Paper Cut, and it healed 1 hit point. And I could basically just spam it and level up restoration magic really, really fast. You know? Like, you get a spell for Fireball, you could make another spell called, like, and just call it, like, Embers or Spark, and it does 1 fire damage, and again, just spam it, and then level up your skills really fast. I used to do that all the time. Oblivion, you could craft your own spells, but I think you couldn't do it until you were leader of the Mages Guild. And then Skyrim, they just completely did away with that system, and you could just never do that.
I'm sorry.
You couldn't craft your own skills at all.
Swiped it from their officer.
Are you interested in RuneScape Dragon Wild survival game? The videos I've seen of it, it looked like a beta product, like it's not done yet. I'd probably be, I mean, I love RPGs, I'd be game to try it, but right now it looks like it's unfinished to me. What do you think the next expansion is going to be? I don't know. We're... The big question is, will the final update of Janthier Wilds finish the Titan storyline or leave a cliffhanger? And I gotta say, I'm kind of hoping for the cliffhanger, and I'll tell you why, because that might be a hot take for some people. Some of the best seasons in the game were like Living World Season 4, where there was a multiple cliffhangers while we were trying to deal with Joko. And it was really good. The writing was fantastic. I liked the features of Secrets of the Obscure. In terms of storytelling, I think it was one of the worst ones. Because they were like, oh, here's the boss. You see him? You see him? Oh, you got him. Okay, all right, here's another boss. He's named E-Park. He's a bad guy. Oh, you got him. Yay! Yay! Good job. And it was over so quick. We barely even got to know these guys, and it was just done. And it was stupid. So I'm hoping it doesn't just end like that again. Because it was really dumb. So, yeah, I'm kind of hoping the Titan threat at the end of Janthier is not handled. Like, we do something very wrong, and it continues dragging out.
So why play by its rules?
Of course it's not fair. Doesn't give you carte blanche to make it harder for other people. Lightning! Stun him before he attacks! Monsoon, watch out!
Focus on the gyros. That should help us destroy his shield.
So far, how do you think about Janthir's story? The Janthir story. I think it's fine. I don't think it's terrible or anything. I think if you're like Loranity and you have a lot of memories of Guild Wars 1, I think it's better. But if you don't have that Guild Wars 1 nostalgic knowledge to draw on, I think it's less impressive, which is unfortunate. And that describes me as well. I don't have the deep knowledge of Guild Wars 1, so I'm just walking around Janthier like, okay. Like, the most recent update, Loranity was going crazy because of all the references to the Mersat and the Seers and what happened in Spectral Agony, and I'm just like, alright. Like, I wasn't picking up on that.
What have you done?
If we break those gyros, that should break his shield as well.
Sometime, I wonder if you can even still play 55 Monk. Yeah, I'm pretty sure you can. I've seen people talking about it. I've been playing Guild Wars 1 most of the last week. And I've seen a lot of people talking about, like, those builds and stuff like that. It's not like they've nerfed anything in the last very long time. I'm gonna do an AoE res right there. It's gonna get, like, 4 up.
Focus on the gyros. That should help us destroy his shield. It's no use. We cannot hurt him unless we break that charge of his.
Monk, you'd enjoy the Spiteful Spirit Necro build, I bet. I know of the spirits that are, like, ritualist summons. Is this like a Necro ritualist thing, or something completely separate from that?
I, for one, am going
It's the
to
name of a
celebrate
hex?
with a good recharge
Okay.
and relaxing
Spiteful Spirit. For 20 seconds, whenever the target foe attacks or uses a skill, Spiteful Spirit will deal 35 shadow damage to that foe and all adjacent allies of that foe.
there are some spare funds lying
Wow.
around.
So you just find the biggest guy in each pile of mobs and throw this on them? That's pretty nasty.
Is a machinist. She's famous for giving bots the Emperor's treatment during tune-ups. Even uses a buff.
This skill is more powerful in the hard mode version of the game as it benefits from the increased attack speed and decreased activation time of foes. In normal mode, you can cast Reckless Haste on foes to increase their attack speed. Arcane Echo can be used to help facilitate the strategy for duplicating the skill. Interesting. It's like Guild Wars 2 Confusion on steroids? Yeah, kinda. Yeah, that's very much a stop hitting yourself style of gameplay, right? Yeah, I mean, it looks like, you know, something fun. I love forms of doing damage that are indirect. That kind of thing is definitely up my alley. Like pet builds or dots or traps, things like that. Anything that's not just bang. I get bored quick from those. They need to expand the storylines a bit more through the expansions like they did for 10 Years of the Dragons, but I bet you if they end the Titan story in Janther, they'll somehow bring the human gods back. Maybe? What do I know about the human gods? I know that everybody hates Cormyr, because at some point in Guild Wars 1, Cormyr, like, steals your chance to become a god. I know this because of memes, not because I remember it. And then, so Cormyr becomes a god, and Cormyr was a human. And then, you know, Balthazar is, of course, the angry god, and then he, you fight him in Path of Fire. And then in Path of Fire, you go to the other human gods, and you ask them for help with Balthazar, and they're like, no, man, we're really busy. And they refuse to help, and they just leave. I don't remember where they went, but I know they left. And then you have to deal with Balthazar without them. So I know they, and they also, the humans are from another planet, and their planet was like dying or something, so their gods just took them over here and plopped them down in the Char homeland, and then they just took that over. So they invade other places. They don't clean up after themselves. Basically, everything I know about the human gods is negative. They never said where the gods went, to my knowledge. I suspect we're going to go through the open door of Bavanisos. Balthazar was right. Gates of Cried mission, pig NPC named Oik would take for you. They never said where the gods went, to my knowledge. It makes the most sense to go to the Mists again. Not invade, they colonize. Oh, okay, okay. Yeah, that's not a touchy topic anywhere in the world. Let's see. That was fun. I'm glad that people were doing Satan. Let's see. Crash Site colonize. What's Marinette? Tequaddle? Tequila? Tequila's about to spawn. We fought a bone dragon in Guild Wars 1 last night, and I was like, it's tequila! They didn't Vizzy. They explained how it would be if they joined the fight. Tyria would be wiped out, so your character agrees with them and they leave the realm. That might have happened. I admit, it's been a bit. Where? There, that's it. Hey Muk, I usually just watch your videos, but never on stream. Just to say, I hope the end of Jane expansion won't be bad and fast as solo final. Yeah, I hope so too. I hope so too, Wolf. We were talking about that a few minutes ago. I would love to see them do some kind of epic cliffhanger, kind of like they did with Living World Season 4. Excuse me, got the sniffles. But I'm not sure if they will or not. They basically tell us that gods don't fight other gods anymore, since when they did last time to blow up large chunks of the world, so they claim they basically went, okay, we can't do anything here but sit on our hands, this is boring, so we better leave. Let's see, Central, World Boss, Tequila, Clean Map. No. Oh, dang. I can try to wait in the queue. I'll see if it pops. Thank you for your Sue content. Thank you for liking my content. You keep me in business, Extreme. And I love you, random citizen. Tequila's not clean. My tequila. Also, in Guild Wars, as a Guild Wars 1 player, we were cleaning up after the gods a lot, like in FOW and Underworld. I don't know if I ever got there. The thing is, granted, my memory of Guild Wars 1 is extremely faded, right? And I'm kind of refreshing it during my current playthrough of it. But did the story ever go to the Underworld, or was the Underworld just like Endgame, you know, content that was after the story? Because I remember I played the story and was like, as a kid, and I was like, that was a cool game, and then I stopped, and then like that's where it stopped. So I don't remember the Underworld at all. So, and I'm wondering if I ever saw it. As a monk main in Guild Wars 1, the lack of a dedicated heal class in Guild Wars 2 ended up driving me away from the game. Yeah, and they changed their minds on that later, Bakey. You know, when Guild Wars 2 launched, it didn't have dedicated heal classes. Now it does. Underworld was endgame stuff. Then, okay, so I probably legit never saw it. Kind of like Raid Wing 5 for Guild Wars 2. Now I remember you duo farm them with SS Necro and a Tank Monk. So the Tank Monk just stays alive and the SS Necro just makes the guy just keep hitting himself? Yeah, I'm curious. The SS Necro, hold on a sec. Where do you get this skill? Because it's an elite hex, so you have to capture signet it, right? Or maybe you can get it from the book. Signet of capture. There's 4. Oh, okay, so it's not too bad. The only other thing I've signet of captured. Hold on. I like to make sure everybody can be included in each conversation we have. For those who haven't played Guild Wars 1, there's a skill called Signet of Capture. And it takes a slot on your bar. You basically just you take it in place of something else. You go find an enemy that has the skill you want, you kill it, then use the Signet of Capture on their corpse, and the signet changes to become the skill that you copied from them. Okay? So certain skills in the game, there's no trainers for them. You gotta go find some boss that has it, kill him, and then take the skill there. Most of the elite skills are like this. Spiteful Spirit, which we were just talking about, is one of those skills. So I was looking to see, because like there was a skill I wanted for the Ranger playthrough I'm doing right now, which is really freaking good, and it was called an anniversary skill. They added it during the 15-year anniversary. However, there was one guy in the game that had it, and I had to travel through like 17 maps to get to the guy, get the skill. Some people helped me, and then I went back to what I was working on afterward. But this Spiteful Spirit, apparently there's 4 people in the base game and 1 person in Eye of the North that have it, so it's not as bad. Not sure if I'm going to be able to get into the tequila. I think it might take too long. If they release Guild Wars 3, do you hope for a tri-system like 10 kilo DPS or something a bit more fluid like Guild Wars 2? I could be happy either way. Again, I play a lot of games, and I am perfectly happy with a healer tank DPS system. I'm also perfectly happy with the fluid system the Wars 2 has. It's important to point out, though, there's pros and cons to this, right? Pros, you can make, if you're creative and good at build crafting, you can make some crazy stuff with this. Cons, 90% of the people that play this game don't know how to play it. And as long as they're having fun, that's fine. However, it is very possible to make the worst abomination God ever laid his eyes upon in this system. Okay? Like, there's so much freedom in Buildcraft in Guild Wars 2 that you can just make the worst thing. Just the absolute worst thing. It's like you're going from level 1 to 80, doing 2k DPS, not knowing that other people are doing 20 to 50, and you're like, yeah, this is going good. And you have no idea. You just do not know. I'm on the wrong map, but let's try it. Ah! Uh-oh. Uh-oh. The Jade Bot! The Jade Bot could not keep up. Oh no. Do I have to go really far away? Oh shoot. Well, that is unfortunate. Man, if only I'd made a personal waypoint, huh? Alright, we'll just go here. Mike didn't roll healer for this. It has been so long since I've done tequila. Also, I'm not on the main map for it. This is the dregs. I'm in here with the leftovers. Yeah, going back to what I was saying earlier before I got distracted by Dragon Death, is like, okay, let's take World of Warcraft for example. If you take the worst hunter you've ever seen that doesn't really know how to play the game, but he is trying, he's rolling his face on the keyboard, and then you take the best hunter you've ever seen, there is a difference in their damage. It's not a difference of 20 times, right? Because there's guardrails. They're like, look, you can only use this armor, you can only use these weapons, these are your skills, pick from 3 of them, right? In this game, there's no guardrails. You can make whatever, which can be terrible or amazing. So because of that, there's a lot of people that have made some stuff that is doing, you know, a 20th of the damage of the people around them, and they just don't know it. Me being top DPS because I'm clicking the skills that are shiny. That are shiny. Mega laser charged in 5 seconds. Oh, bye. Now watch, they've already killed it. Watch, I go to a map and they've already killed it. That would be the big sad. Ah! I'm immediately shot. Great success. I'm on the right map. And he's still alive. Dude, I load in and I'm just getting blasted away right away. Let's see, where are we at? Defend the Mega Laser, 90 seconds. I just wanted to type that probably now you could port, but the boss is dead and you get the pop-up. Yeah. Yeah, I was in the queue for the first map instance, and someone left, so I got in. Muck abandoning his teammates. I don't know them. What is the Asura name next to you? Him? That's me Muck. Me like a Nintendo Me. MI-Muck. He was one of the conceptual arts used to make Plush Muck. Knife not included. Oh, I should have put that in the commercial. Battery sold separately, knife not included. Oh shoot, am I hitting the wrong hand? Does EU hit this hand? I'm so confused. Alright, he's in vuln. At 25%, he goes in vuln and he lifts off again. Show me Muck's plush toes. Did they fix the toes? Yes. Yes, they make sense now. Here, real quick, for anyone who hasn't seen it. So Asura in Guild Wars 2 have 3 toes. They've got like a middle one and then like on the sides. And most of their boots accommodate this. You can see that right there. And when they made this guy, I told them that there's like a toe on each of the sides. And they gave him like these like 2 toes on the front, like rock climbing gear. And I was like, no, the sides. And I actually, chat, I literally went into the game and took screenshots of the boots and sent them to them. I sent them Asuran feet pics. That is a thing that happened. And they were like, oh, like a duck. And I'm like, no, not like a duck. And then after I straightened them out even more, then they finally came back and yeah, they fixed it. He's got the side toes now. So it is lore accurate feet. Will you keep the one with the wrong toes? No, I never received that one. So they sent me picture. Hold on, do I have a screenshot of it? Give me a minute. Okay, here we go. I found it. Okay, here's a picture of the one that had the messed up feet. This is the prototype. The first prototype. That's it. He's got like rock climbing gear. And then now they're appropriate, right? So that one, after I asked for changes, I don't know if that one just got recycled or if they just changed the feet on that one and it became the one that I'm holding. But that was just version 1.0. That was the alpha. That one was thrown into Mount Doom? Maybe. GG! My tequila! Nice.
The water is still. The land is ours.
Wait, why did he just link so many waypoints? I don't know what he's doing. Mux is your PvP enjoyer. What's the best way to learn all specializations for PvP?
Yes, a fine home for all Hylic. Spread the word.
What I did
Tribes are welcome here.
is when I was in PvP and I was learning, anytime I would die and I wasn't sure what killed me, I would click, like, after dying, you've got like a little thing that pops up that has like a cause of death and you can click on it for more information. And let's say it said, I don't know, let's say it said hard light beam. And I would be like, all right, I don't know what that is. I would go to the wiki and look up hard light beam. And I'd be like, okay, it's the Hollowsmith Elite, so only Hollowsmiths have this. Oh, it's unblockable. Okay, so don't try blocking it. I tried blocking it. All right. That kind of thing. Basically, anytime I died to something and I didn't know what it was, I would look it up on the wiki and try to learn a little bit more information. And then bit by bit, I absorbed a lot more info. Now, you could also spend a day playing each of the other classes, which would be extremely time consuming, but you would learn a lot doing that as well. Trib modes for the fans? There are no fans of trib mode, Char. There are no fans of trib mode. They don't exist. Ugh. Let's see. I love the fact that I could take whatever and I do roll my face on the keyword. Join a Mukluk live stream, see feet pics is the first thing. Did I join at the wrong time? You joined at the right time. We were talking about the plushie and like the confusion the company had when I tried to explain a certain feet to them. Because they got those side toes. Oblivion Remastered watch party. Yeah, we watched the trailer a little while ago, Plague. I mean, it's the same trailer as the original Oblivion. It's just, you know, newer graphics. And that's probably good that they kept it faithful. New item in the store. Are you planning on playing it? I would totally be game to play it, but I want to finish some of our current stuff right now. We're in the end game of Yakuza Like a Dragon during the morning stream. So I want to finish that. We're like halfway through a playthrough of Styx, Shard of Darkness. And because I'm ahead of the community event for Guild Wars 1, probably after Guild Wars 2 tonight, we'll make some progress on Styx. I also recently did a sponsored stream for Tempest Rising, which was very clearly inspired by Command and Conquer. I want to finish the Tempest Rising campaign. That was a lot of fun. So those are things in my immediate future. Totally different question, but are there coming new weapons soon? I don't know if you mean new weapon types or new weapon skins. If you mean weapon types, I haven't heard anything about that. If you mean new weapon skins, they add new ones constantly. Is the fluffy dude 6 feet tall? There we go. My head for scale. He's that tall. That's how big he am. Let's see. Call of the Wild Pack. What is this? Raven Spirit Glider. Jackal Chair. Oh, this is the one from my YouTube outro. Bram's Wolfblood Pauldron skins. Mystical Beast Weapon. Little tip for you guys. If you buy this pack, just because you want it, in the Mystical Beast pack, there is one item that, the torch. You notice how the torch is 69 silver, but the focus is 69 gold? There was a day where they accidentally made the torch free. And people bought, let's see, 11,485 of them and put them on the trading post. So the torch has no value. If you want the torch, buy one off the TP. Do not choose the torch from the box. Do not. That is a waste of your box. Pick anything else, and then you could buy 100 torches. If you want. Plushie is life-size Asuran. If that's the case, and humans are about twice as tall as an Asuran, that means Tyrian humans are about this tall. Do you use your head for scale, Muck, but you've never compared a banana to your head for scale? You could have a tiny little cranium that most seem to I'm just like a goblin. This is a real-life goblin. Preview the torch? Why? You could preview the torch. Oh, it's got a fox butt in the air. The main thing about the mystical beast weapons is when you draw them, you see the after image of the beast run around you. It's kind of like a Harry Potter Patronus looking thing. The Mr. Beast weapons, yes. Already told you need a banana on the desk to compare with that Muck. No universal scale is a banana. I would just get like a really like comically large banana and be like, fine, here's your banana for scale. And everyone's like, oh my gosh, he's 1 foot tall. What was the item which is spelling something when you turn it very fast? Sunspear Scythe? It wasn't spelling something, it showed the gods. I think was what you're talking about. Sun-touched Scythe. This is the weapon. So this weapon right here has an after image when you move. And when you spin it really fast, you can see faces. And those are the human gods in Tyria. I'm making my monitor shake by doing that. It's an umbrella, yes. Meow. See Grenth right there. Cormier photobombing. Have you found many of the new profession mods in Guild Wars 1? Mods? I haven't played any mods for Guild Wars 1. They could bring back Scythe and give it the spear treatment. If they bring back Scythe, I feel like they need to bring back... So, like, I don't really care about it, but there was a class of Guild Wars 1 Nightfall called the Dervish that a lot of people were a fan of. And it used a Scythe as its primary weapon. And it kind of played like a Reaper and Shroud, where they just run in and spin. And they do lots of AoE damage. So if they add the Scythe, I think it needs to go with the Dervish. Anyone play controller with action cam? I'm on mouse and keyboard with tab targeting, so can't help you there. Mods is in the new suffix for profession-specific abilities. Oh, no. Cyrix, I found, like, hat slot items that had, like, you know, +1 to a skill of my choice. I don't think I found what you're talking about yet. Hey, Mukluk, how are you today? I'm good, Akar. How you doing? Can you play Guild Wars 2 with a controller? Yeah, you can. Also, you can play it on Steam Deck. I know Bobby Stein, who works at ArenaNet, actually was showing off that he had an account that he played purely on the Steam Deck, and he got all the way to max level. I don't know how well he can do it in, like, you know, really, really tough endgame content, but yeah, it's possible.
We will fight for our young, not yet born. Today,
What's your favorite legendary pistol?
Then man the turrets and hold the line.
Hold on, what are the options? There's Quip, Orines, whatever, or the Gen... I guess the Gen 2 one, which is like all Tron themed. Because Quip, getting killed by Quip kind of feels like you are getting teabagged when you're playing Halo. Like, it's got the same energy. Orines, whatever. Dude, the entire Generation 3 weapons look like Orines' backside. Alright? Like, no, if you're not a fan of the art, you're not a fan of the entire weapon collection. Unfortunate. Yeah, Orines, whatever. Looking fresh as usual. Thank you. What's the Guild Wars 1 event going on? Guild Wars 1 just turned 20 years old, and they're doing an anniversary event. And then on top of that, Loranity helped arrange an event that is called, it's Return to GW1.com. And there's a massive community playthrough of the game happening right now. So the population of Guild Wars 1, it was still a stable, self-sufficient game, but the population exploded for just this last week because there's a wave of people playing through the entire game right now. And we're like right here. Yeah. Wait, oh shoot, am I that far ahead? I knew I thought I was like here. I hit the desert last night, whoops. Okay, well, definitely we'll have more time to catch up on our other games this week, because I'm like a week ahead of everybody. I was like, man, there's so few people. That's what we were trying to tell you? Dude, they can't keep up with my roller beetles. I'm too fast. I didn't realize I'm at like May 4th right now. Whoopsie. Yeah, my team of all rangers with pets mobbing everything. It's working too well. You make a good argument on our range. Look, the thing with Gen 3 is if you like how the Gen 3 weapons look, you like all of them. And that's a beautiful thing. But some people don't like how they look. And so you hate the entire generation. And that sucks. Right? That sucks. Gen 1 and Gen 2, every different legendary had like a different look and story to it, which is, you know, I liked that more. You could replay all the missions you've done so far in hard mode. What would the rewards be for that? I don't know that I would spend time doing that right now, but I'm curious what the rewards would be. Would it just be bragging rights or anything else? Muck, what about Orine's breath, Orine's feet, Orine's bathwater? Dude, you said breath? I'm like, I don't remember that one. I'm like, Orine's feet. I'm like, is he trolling? Orine's bathwater. He's trolling. That's what my brain did as I was reading that. Muck you. Mostly bragging rights. I think it's a title, but elite skill hunting is never a waste of time. The thing is, I already have the elite skill I want. I already have the one I want the most, which was Together as One, which increases the whole party's damage by like 15 and gives them 7 regen pips. So it's like I'm out healing the healer sometimes. So it's just like a giga group buff, and I'm just hitting it every time it comes up. I like the finishing animation for the Primordis and Suwan ones, but not going to spend like 1,000 gold to get them. The Moot, it's a mace. The micro... Oh, the Moot is the one that's like a disco ball on the end of it. Hang on, how can I show this easiest? Just a second. Alright, so the Moot has little golden dudes with top hats on it, and little microphones that shoot confetti. Or no, I said microphones, they're like horns. And then like a disco ball. And when you run around, it makes the ground underneath you look like a disco dance floor. Yeah, I have this, but I just needed a Mace Legendary. I didn't really want this, so I reskin it to be other things. It's silly. I just threw my CDs away a couple years ago and I loved them. Oh no! I mean, you don't need the CDs to reinstall Guild Wars 1. You can just say download client, but you'll need to remember your login. It's the same login as your Guild Wars 2 login if you have one. Unless you made separate accounts. Like, I just went to... Like, I have CDs, but my computer doesn't have a CD-ROM. So I just went to ArenaNet's webpage and typed in, like, you know... I googled, like, download Guild Wars 1 client. And then just downloaded it, and then just logged in. And that's all I did. Only if you linked your old account to Guild Wars 2? Well, I guess I did. I guess I did. I literally lost my email address. Oh, I guess I'm lucky. I've had the same email address my whole life. And no, it's not at Hotmail. Missing Monsters and Shot Garant both starting. Missing Monsters probably be a better one to know. Let me see if I can get a group of them. How dare you not have a CD-ROM? Never need it. I haven't needed it since I got this computer. You could buy a cheap CD-ROM. Yeah, but I haven't had to. Like, even when I played... I recently did a playthrough of Warcraft 3 just because I was feeling nostalgic. And, like, the campaign. And I just went to Blizzard's website and I was like, download Warcraft 3 client. They're like, here you go. And I didn't even have to use the CDs. Let's see. Janthier. Tree. Levy Farm. Maybe there's a group of people doing the Chakarant. Feels attacked to the Hotmail comment event. I've had it for several years. Bling. Oh my god, 17. Ugh. That's not working. Oopu. 19. Oh my god. New map. I've had Hotmail since before Microsoft did what they do best. Muck it up. Muck it up. Okay. Looks like... I think I'm in the Ogre line. There we go. Looks like most of them are above the ceiling. What rewards do you get from this event? A bunch of different currencies, but basically just gold and some items. There is a really rare chance to get an infusion from this event, which is worth over 1,000 or thousands of gold. So that's like a jackpot item if you get that. But people do it pretty regularly, and it's profitable. It's not bad. Not bad. I think I could take this chance to get a refill. I need a drink. Tell you what, chat, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna play the plushie ad, exclamation plushie, and I'm gonna go grab a drink, and I will be right back. So my foot's totally stuck in there, right? I'm freaking out, the dog's having a seizure, and I've still got half a pie left.
Father, I have had enough. I crave the third dimension.
What? No. You are fine where you are. You're safe, and I don't have to worry about what you're getting into.
You leave me no choice. I will begin reading the names of all files contained within the folder, 1995 tax returns, out loud.
Whoa, no, don't do that. You've made your point. Straight for the jugular. Who taught you this? fellas?
Perfection.
Okay, now you've got what you wanted. Go find some place to sit and... Wait. What are you doing? What are you doing?
The Azuran High Council has authorized 1,000 units to be brought into this world. You will now provide living quarters.
No! Mukluk Asura plushie now available. Link in the description below. Worldwide shipping supported, but supplies are limited. We have permission from Big Brother to find 1,000 Asura homes before we have to fear for our kneecaps. If that changes, I'll let you know. Get 1 or 10 now while supplies last. FOMO. Here's a picture of the little guy next to a knife for scale.
And let me see what you have! No!
Click the link.
Perfect timing. Just back in time to see the knife. Alright. Yeah. That goes on sale tomorrow for anyone interested. The link is in the chat. You too could get a plushie that could hold a knife. I'd like to get one, but I feel weird having a plushie of a grown man content creator. Hey, that's fine. You do what you want to do. I just think he's cute though.
A knife.
Hey, Eastside, thank you. Appreciate the prime. What do we got? Turn on the plus chip. Okay, done. Okay. I will say, if you don't want to get one, that's totally fine. It's a purchase, right? If that's not what you want to spend your money on, that is totally fine. Do not mind that at all. I do think it's weird to say, I don't want merch of a grown man. Because, like, the more I think about that, sports jerseys. That's merch of grown men playing a game. And the plushie's a lot cuter than sports jerseys. Just saying. I'm curious what you get from the sale of the plushie if you're open to sharing. Yeah, I don't mind talking about it. The original thing was I was going to make very little. It was just going to be a fun thing. The original thing was my cut was like 10%. Because, you know, a bunch of the cost goes to the making it, right? Like the cost of materials, the cost of the people that put them together, yada, yada, yada. So originally for every $30 purchase, I'd get $3. But if we sold more than 400, they were going to give us a bonus and make it instead 30% instead of 10. So then for every $30 purchase, I would get $9. And that's where we're at right now. There's no other breakpoint beyond that. That's how Makeshift does it. Argument accepted, ordering now. He's like, shoot, I love sports jerseys. How much eggs you can buy? At least 1 egg. Not to brag or anything. Oh, my neighbor's mowing their lawn, if y'all hear that. But yeah, it'll be a nice, like, unexpected bonus type of thing. Because, like, the original idea was, like, yo, I want to do this, and I think this would be a cute idea, and I'll make a tiny bit of money from doing it. But the main reason I want to do it is I just think it would be cool. And then it definitely blew up larger than I thought it was going to. For those who weren't here at the beginning of this project, we were hoping to hit 200 sales. That was our goal. And we ended up at 600 pre-orders. So we're already triple our goal, and it hasn't actually gone into the shop yet, which happens tomorrow. I'm gonna try to res that guy. Let's see if he dodge rolls out of the donut. Dodge roll out of the donut! Yeah, he did it. Good job. Good job, Billy. The worst is when you res someone and they're not paying attention and then they just die again because they don't move. Wow. We melted ours. Alright, so now we go try to help the other lanes and possibly get credit for more. Branded roll would be Elo's best skin, by the way. Oh, no, 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 no. Oh, I was animation locked. Yes! Yes, he knocked me out of the donut. Thank you, you fat bug. I couldn't dodge because I was animation locked. I hit the key like 3 times. I'm scared. I'm scared. Hey, we res there. I got 4 people. Alright, so we got credit for killing 2 of them. New Hawk dead, Rada dead. Is that all of them? That's all of them. Alright, they're all dead. So we got a bonus loot because we got to help kill 2. Speaking of dismounting the beetle, is there any way to do it when you're zooming fast? I've overshot the boss so many times. Yeah? So, like, okay. For me, my Z button is my Mount Warclaw, right? And if I'm on the beetle and I'm zooming, and I just tap Z, it dismounts me. As long as I'm in contact with the ground, I'm pretty sure I could just tap any mount button and it'll dismount the beetle. But that's my go-to is Z because I hit it with my pinky. The site name Make Ship has making Asura instead of making Chip. The audacity. So, so next year we just make an orange cat plushie and call it Make Chip. Show me your double mace set, please. Are they both legendary? No. One of them is Ascended, and so that one's actually the Moot, and it's just I changed the graphic, and that one's Ascended. I have 1 legendary mace. Licensing a chip plushie would cost 3 cans of tuna. It would be easier than getting a contract with ANET. That's why we got that limit on 1,000. If we end up getting close to that limit rapidly by any chance, then I'll have to ask them for permission. If it's a Chip plushie, I just have to ask Chip for permission. He's easier to work with. The turnaround time is much faster. Walking into yours one and hit with 1000% nostalgia, seeing my old characters again after 13 years. Yeah. Yep. Any news on new Fractal or Leggy backpiece? There is a new backpack being added in the final update of Janthier Wilds. So there's a few items already in the game that say they're used for legendary crafting that currently aren't, which everybody is going, okay, this is going to be for the backpack. Is there a link to the ad? I need to send this to some friends. Oh, the plushie ad? I can get you the link. The video is going to go public tomorrow morning at the same time that the plushie campaign goes live, which is like 9 AM Eastern tomorrow, I think. But I can give you the link to it. That's it. I'm like fighting the hardest boss right now. Yes, I'm staring at this wall. I'm doing psychic damage to it. Luckily, there's good music. Mike, what do you think about the new Ranger traits? Which one seems to be decent? Huh? New Ranger traits. Okay, so I'm playing a Ranger Guild Wars 2, and there's no new traits. I'm playing a Ranger Guild Wars 1, and there's no new traits, so I don't know what you're talking about. Muck, what is the price on the plushie? It is $30 US. And then, if you get worldwide shipping, I think that's $8 for shipping. But the webpage, which will have all the information, is right there if you wish to check that tomorrow, which would change it for your where you live and your local currency if it's if you're not using USD. Pet traits. Oh, I'm sorry. You're talking about the reworked ones. Okay, sorry. He said new traits, and I was thinking of something brand new. You're talking about the reworked ones. Some of them are interesting. So yeah, they added a few, like this right here. MOAs grant barrier to nearby allies when you use their F2. There's a thing for MOAs, there's a thing for spiders and devourers, there's a thing for bears and pigs, there's a thing for wolves, there's a thing for cats. Yeah, here's the cat one. Feline, avian, and drake pets gain increased precision and ferocity. Bee skills grant fury around the ranger. They're interesting. I like that they're trying stuff with the pet families, because they've largely not done anything with them. The thing is, like, this right here gives you 120 power. And this right here gives the pet 420 precision and ferocity. Is the pet critting more often worth you losing 120 power? I don't know. I'd have to test that. This thing with the MOA, I tested it. The 2000 barrier does not scale with healing power. It's always a 2k barrier. So it's unfortunate, but the barrier is pretty weak when you're a heal build. The pig / bear one is very interesting. Gives plus 100% damage to pigs and bears. Now keep in mind, bears do very little damage. They do like 100 DPS, this makes it 200. The pigs do a little bit more, because you got like the boar, which does like bleeds and stuff. And plus 50% health. Let me show you guys something here. Let me show you something here. Where is a bear? All right, there's a brown bear. Brown bear, 53,000 health. 80,000 health. So I don't know if there's a boss in the game I can get my bear to tank it for the raid, but if you take this trait, your bear gets 80,000 health. So, I mean, I don't know of any situation where that's useful, but there it is. That's 80 weavers. I don't know of any situation where that's useful, but there it is. So there's some very interesting stuff there. Maybe, like, in PvP, you could maybe use that trait so that if you got, like, a boar pet, which could, you know, do damage to people and not die as often. But more than Mechbot, I think. Unbearable. World v World, maybe. Maybe. The thing is, again, though, a bear is not a threat. An enemy can ignore the bear and take, like, no damage, because the bear doesn't really do any damage. But that's a lot of health. Good for low-level bear bow leveling? Yeah, I guess. So yeah, there's some interesting stuff. And then like the spider, where was the spider one? Give me a minute to remember where this one is. There it is. Arachnophobia. Spider pets spit attack, that's their main attack, and the devourer pets twin darts inflict torment. You and your pet gain expertise, spiders and devourers gain more expertise. So devourers, when they're attacking, they have two tails, right? There's like two scorpion tails, and they each shoot a dart. So each time a devourer attacks, it shoots 2 darts. So it does 2 bleeding dots per attack. And this would make it 2 bleeding dots and 1 or 2 torments per attack. So that's a lot of really weak conditions, which it could be good in a situation where, like, you're fighting an enemy and they're using Condi Cleanse and you want to throw a bunch of crap conditions on them to reduce the chance of them dispelling the threatening conditions. This might be good, because then your pet's every attack is putting Bleeding and Torment on the foe. Not really high damaging ones, but it is. That's something. And what was the wolf one? I think the wolf one was in marksmanship. Wolf Song. Canine beast abilities apply vulnerability and reveal nearby enemies. You deal additional increased strike damage against vulnerable enemies. So, when you have a dog out and you hit F2, it reveals anyone within 600. Could be useful in PvP. And then they can't re-stealth, and they get some vulnerability. One thing there is many of the dog abilities have a cast time. So like the most used dog in PvP is the wolf because it has a fear. The fear though has a 2-second cast time. So, sorry, 1.5 second cast time. While you are casting that, they could move out of the range of it. So, I don't know, is there any wolves? Let's see, that's 1.5. Are they all 1.5? 1.5. 1.5. Yeah, they're all 1.5. So they do different things, but they're all 1.5. Excuse me? What do you mean revert unavailable? Put my build back. Put my build back, you swine! Oh my god. What was it? There. Okay, I fixed it. That was odd. Hey, Mike, how are you? Doing good, Spooky. How you doing? There's an undo button in the build menu? Yeah, as long as you don't close the menu. So like, I can open this and change this to whatever I want. As long as I don't close this, I can just hit undo and it puts it back to how it was when you open the menu. It's really good for answering weird questions on Twitch chat and YouTube chat. What? Yeah. But if you close this and then open it, it resets it. 12 years and I learned something new. I don't know that this was here for all 12 years, but maybe 11 of them. But yeah, it's very handy because like, you know, I just showed you those traits. I ruined my build and then I just hit undo after. But you saw it was a little temperamental, but it did work after some tries. It's time, chat. They're firing the lasers. This wasn't in the 10 things you should have known about Guild Wars 2 video. I just assumed everyone knew that one. Yeah, this morning I actually tried to get my ARC DPS working again. I spent like maybe 5 minutes on it before the stream started. Couldn't get it working. I completely deleted all the files from it and downloaded them again through the add-on manager. Did not work. Might have to finally bite the bullet and try Nexus out one of these days. I know a lot of people have been swearing by that. I got so much unclaimed AA. Dude, I still forget the Wizard's Vault exists. There you go. When I log in to do my daily stuff, I never remember to do the thing from the Wizard's Vault. I always forget. We used to have Aviator's Box on first cache. Oh, there was a Mesmer portal. That's why I always go to the second cache, and then I go from there, so I'm ahead of the Mesmers. It works 9 times out of 10. Alright. Octovine. I saw everyone saying RTVS is back working fine. It's still not working for you. No, the thing is you can download RTVS directly from its site. You can download it through Nexus, and you can download it through the add-on manager. And I think the way I'm trying to download it has not been updated, but the other ways have. So I just have to do it in a way that I've not been. There's a red exclamation mark on the trading post. Is it just because I have money there? There's some gold waiting there. Maybe that's why. I don't know. How's your day, Mike and everyone? Hey, Spooky. Day's good. Just visiting the Guild Wars 2 community, answering questions, doing some open world stuff. Gold for us. I give y'all my freaking money every Tuesday evening. Good lord. I did forget to set up a Gems giveaway on Twitter this month. I need to do that. I never use this. Hold on. That's the merchant. That's the trader. There we go. There you go. I got my gold. 10.6k now. He's got more TP gold waiting than I have. Exclamation daily for a guide on what I do for 10 minutes a day to get all my money. Dear Mukluk community, please help me identify a finisher. I saw it on YouTube, but I can't find what exactly it is. It's got bluish crystals and icicles going around it in a circle with an icy pattern in the middle. Okay, so one, if you are using an Aurine Legendary and you kill someone, it occasionally does an explosion of crystals with like a rainbow swoosh through it. It could have been like a legendary kill animation, but if it's a finisher, you can browse those in here. That's my favorite one. His name is Chad. So if you go in here, you can browse a lot of them and see if there is what you're looking for. Not there. Thank you for the info. Legendary weapon kill animation, though. Sure. And now I'm almost done checking them all. Yeah, I don't see what you described either. Yeah, it might be related to a Legi weapon finisher, yeah.
My master will claim you all.
My master will claim you all.
My work is not finished.
I am everywhere. Except we burns no escape.
Gen 3 Jormag skill animation, almost certainly. Oh, that's true. Yeah, the Jormag variants of Gen 3 have their own thing. Could be that for sure. Yeah, I forgot about the variant. Like, I remembered legendary kill finishers. I forgot about the variants. Could be Klob Jarny. Klob Jarny's finisher is like a large ghostly spear. Or spears coming down and slamming into something. Doesn't really match the description of the crystals thing. Can you get aura chests many times a day? Yes. As long as you... So, if you get there after it's over, you can loot it even if you didn't help. But, if you get there and you help, it resets them. So you can get the loot multiple times a day for most of the chests as long as you participate. Now, there's a couple of the chests, like the ones that has the Hero's Choice box in it. I think those don't reset, but the others do. It's definitely Jormag variants. Let's see, Guild 2 Jormag variants. Legendary Jormag weapon variants. Okay. Alright, hey, wait, I got something. NASDAQ, if you're still there. Is this what you're looking for? I've got a video. Yes? Okay. Yeah, chat was right. So what you need, that is a Jormag variant of any Generation 3 weapon. So if you get a Generation 3 legendary weapon, any of them, and then it's in your main hand, not your offhand, unless it's in your offhand and you don't have a, hey, thank you. Sorry, I'm stumbling on my words. If you have a legendary in both hands, the Jormag one needs to be in the main hand. And it's a Jormag variant of a Gen 3 weapon. That's it. Words are tough. John, give me just a second. My lovely wife was kind enough to bring me lunch, but it hasn't been heated up enough. It's leftovers, so it's still cold. So give me just a second. I'm gonna heat this up some more. Chip was chasing me. He wants that fried rice, chop. Is it leftover ramen? No, my wife made fried rice yesterday. So this is rice with peas and carrots and some scrambled egg in there, and it's really good. It is really good, but just needed to heat it up a little bit more. And boop, there we go. All right, so we got 3 minutes until the gate opens for me to just chat with y'all and eat some rice. I put Spam in my fried rice. Spam? What? Ban that guy on principle. You're telling me a shrimp fried that rice? No, no shrimp fried that rice. Although she does occasionally, like we've got leftover chicken that we have to use up. She'll dice that up and throw it in there, make the chicken fried rice, depending on what we've got to do. Mike, how to make your hammer skill green? If you're not in combat and you're on a Untamed, sorry, if you're on an Untamed, you do Unleash, which is this skill right here. If you're not on Untamed, like if I'm a Soul Beast, you can right-click down here and change the skills and have them be either one that you want. Ugh. Here we go. Okay. You can do what? Are we doing this again? Yes, follow me for more tips and tricks. Like, for example, on Hammer 3 and 5, they do CC. But if you're Unleashed, 3 and 5 do not do CC. So it depends on what you want, more CC or more damage. So if you're on Soul Beast using a hammer, you'd make that choice. I get that it's GW2uesday, but how about Oblivion remake this evening instead? I don't know that I want to start a whole new game. Until we finish some of the ones we're already in the middle of. I feel like we're pretty far in the Yakuza Like a Dragon story during the morning stream. And when that's finished, I plan on finishing either Styx or Tempest Rising, which we've already started, and was a lot of fun.
I am everywhere.
What just happened? I just got hit by a dinosaur. Wait in Oblivion to see if there's any huge problems. Yeah, I mean, Oblivion was a great game, you guys. I did many playthroughs of it as a kid. It's also a game I've already played. I kind of want to finish the games I haven't ever played right now. How about Tainted Grail? I'm not familiar with that one. But yeah, we're like halfway through a playthrough of Styx, which is a stealth game, kind of like Dishonored, but you play like a goblin, if any of you have never seen that. And we did a 2-hour sponsored stream for Tempest Rising, and I loved it, and I want to play more of it. It was clearly made by people that were big fans of Command & Conquer. There's even 2 factions that are very similar to GDI and Nod. I'm going to the one place no one can catch me. Space. Ah! Rude. Oh no. No! Oh, I got pulled into the sauce. That was nasty. I didn't even render that guy before he killed me. Alright, frogs are dead. They're fine for a minute. No stab? I have stab, but none of it was up at that moment. The hammer and the mace both have some stab, but it wasn't there then. Ah! I'm gonna wipe back here. Y'all tell me when it's DPS time.
Here's another. Make it count.
North defeated. No, North, you're supposed to wait on South. Panic! I should yell in map chat like, yo, I'm South. I'm like the only one down here. I need help. I'm still fighting the wall outside.
Make it count.
Just make everybody really panic. That Trigger Blossom makes me scared, chat. That Trigger Blossom is going to hit us. Boom! There it goes.
A brawl.
Dang it, West! Come on, get it together! GG!
Why am I being... Be prepared to fight, hero.
It's kind of funny. This guy's like, "Why am I being woken?" We're like, "Hey, wake up! Want to fight?" He's like, "What? No." Dodge. Oh, I am visiting from America, and I was able to dodge that. What are the rest of you doing? Good lord. Dodging in EU, Mike, you're an optimist. Oh, come on. You can do it. Dang it, Mike, now I'm hungry and I can't stop thinking about food. Cheeseburgers. Pizza. Hot dogs. Krispy Kreme donuts. Cream of mushroom soup. Just throw something really weird there at the end. But you hate hot dogs? I do not. I like hot dogs. See, that is something you're trying to, like, put into the Muck lore, but I, like, once a week eat a hot dog on stream. Like, that's in my weekly meal rotation. So, that one just doesn't work. Like, I accept the whole, like, he hates trains. Like, that one, it's like, okay, I understand the story behind that one. The hot dog one doesn't make any sense. When we don't see cry about that? Like once a week, my wife brings me a hot dog for lunch while I'm eating at the computer, like right now, Plague. It's happened so many times. What do you have against trains? It was from Factorio. In Factorio, setting up train signals is very confusing and not noob friendly. And I was trying to beat Factorio by, instead of using trains, I was just using 10-mile long conveyor belts. Which is not optimal. And I was doing that to try to get through it. And chat's like, oh, he's scared of trains. Train phobic? Wow. Wow. That word is dangerously close to a word that would get a mob of people after me. Please be careful. Give it 2 more weeks, I'll open up the Book of Muck lore again. What else is in the Book of Muck lore? There was this hot dog thing recently. There was the train thing. What else you got in there? Not for Muck eyes. It's my biography. Trains are fine for Factorio, you just have to watch a 24-hour long video to understand them. I don't know why Muck is spreading disinformation. Yep. Is he afraid of steam trains or electric? No, I'm afraid of rail signals. Setting up trains in Factorio. That's what I'm afraid of. Salmon color. Oh, I remember the salmon color thing. That was from a Terraria argument. You need to watch Dosh Doshington's 2-minute train tutorial. Dude, I watched that thing like 7 times. And I did set up a very simple train after the fact. But I stand by the statement, it is not simple. Hover over the buff to the right side of your guild buff, the cone thingy. That? It's from Jadebot? Yeah. Magic trophies. More loot per loot. Monk, what are the nutrients of choice today? Fried rice with peas and carrots and scrambled egg. Remember a few weeks ago when you said you'd get rid of those stuff? Yeah. All right. Let me see. Let me see if a group is doing this. So I need to do events in Skywatch or Amnetis to get rid of those buff icons on the bar from the suffused armor. Give me a few years, I'll get it done. Alright, let's see. Is anyone doing this right now? I don't know. Nope, there's no one doing this one right now. Do you want to converge? We can. Keep the buffs, they're shiny. They're getting away. One day? Yeah, one day. Where's Chip? Not in here. He yelled at me when I got my fried rice. I think he was interested, but he didn't follow me in here. That's what I said with raiding. It only took me 6.25 years to finally raid. 6.25, but who's counting? Yeah, I can lead a converge for you guys. That's fine. Let's see. Flashback to the time that Iron Maiden was waiting over here for the convergence. She's like, man, where is everybody? That's so troll to have the other side of the room look identical. Alright. For anyone who's interested, I offer to pay the fee to open an instant private convergence. Here is the squad join command. I'm putting it in the Twitch and YouTube chat. You just copy paste that into the game. I am on EU right now. If you want to join me and we can do a convergence, get some money and some materials for the legendary spear Klob Jarny if you wish to work on that or sell them. Healthcare rating, no burgies. Burgies tonight. Forgot my LDOA character is 15th level, but not going down that rabbit hole right now. You're almost there. Let's see. Privately converging. Come join. There we go. I just got a few bites left, chat. Quanlun said, I wish they'll fix the World Boss Portal device bug. What's the bug with it? I have that item. I don't know of a bug with it. And done. Alright. Set my dishes down over here. Put those away after. Alright. Is that the ramen I helped pay for? Fried rice, in this case. My wife made fried rice last night. That was leftovers. Are you still EU? Yes, I'm on EU right now. This is an EU Janthier convergence. Fancy guy here outgrowing ramen. Nah, I still eat cup noodles. Robot's portal device offers you a teleport to public Janthier convergences 1 hour later than it should. Ah, interesting. Do I need to know anything? I've never done this before. No, you can just follow the group. This is about as difficult as like doing a world boss that you don't know, where you just kind of follow the wave of people and hit what they hit. It's not bad. There will be a little bit of assignments at the beginning, but it's not bad. NA, it's Prime Workday right now. Yeah, right now on the East Coast of NA, it's 1 p.m., and on the West Coast, it's 10 a.m., so most of them are busy right now. Most of them are busy at the moment. Let's see, we got 20 people. That should be enough to get started. It'll be a little slow, but we can clear it, and then if more join, it'll go even faster. All right. Yes, I will pay, and jumping in. Mid-work, but I got downtime, and I work from home, getting paid to game. Yeah, me too, Knives. Life is good. Alright, let's see. If you provide quickness, please move to a new party. If you provide alacrity, please pair up with a quickness person. Wait, is there no... Hold on a sec. Is Orihime quickness? Okay, there, alright. Hoping to see more groups appear. You guys want alac or quickness? Whatever it looks like we need. Muck, I really want to post in the LFG more often, but I'm afraid people will expect me to be good when hosting a group for more difficult content. Any advice on this? Should I wait and become better or post anyway and hope people will be nice? You could just put that in the thing. You could say, like, running Doom, new commander, have watched guide. You just be honest. Just be open that it's your first time, and then, you know, if they choose to join, that's up to them. Or you could go like the uwu route and be like, doing Doom, I cry easy, please don't bully me. And then have like a sad face. If you're a pure DPS, please fill in the groups up to 5 each. I've done it all the time when doing metas. Tell them we learn on the go. Can I still join? Yes. We still have 22 slots open. As it stands now, we'll absolutely clear this. It'll just take a few minutes longer than it normally would. Just put gonna figure it out eventually.
As most do, with deceptively humble beginnings. The Wayfinder happened upon a quaint supply caravan.
You know, we were talking about, you guys know how I love pet builds and stuff. We were talking about Oblivion earlier and how you could like make your own magic. One of my favorite things was adding like 2 seconds of invisibility to every spell I cast. So as I'm like casting spells, I'm just appearing and disappearing constantly.
Wait for the thieves time. I need some hoop to call me on we woo on to get you.
And with that, they began their trek into the
I think Charmon's having a strong. Anyway, I would be going in and out of invisibility constantly, which was a lot of fun.
Karokun0014 aided my stream with 1 viewers.
Kurokun, thank you for the raid. Appreciate you. Welcome. I like how the bot says his name Karakan. Alright, I'm just gonna drag and move some people into some parties that are not listening to directions. English to Uwu translate. I think I just heard Chip zoom me through the living room, ricochet off the sofa, land somewhere else, and zoom me out. It's just like pitter 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 pitter.
Nobody can stop the Wayfinder. They're the strongest.
Mike, what are the instructions? I just joined the stream. I can do any role. Honestly, we've got the essentials covered. So anything is fine. People that haven't even zoned in yet, I'm putting in group 1 because they're taking up space in other groups.
Thanks to the Wayfinder's efforts, the caravan reached its destination.
Yeah!
Alright.
But do not be so quick to celebrate.
Where's the good luck wizard hat?
Comes, for the real challenge had only just begun. The caravan was transporting parts.
There you go.
for a very
I wasn't aware it was good luck.
device, a tectonic thumper.
What does tectonic mean,
All right.
Stoic Alder?
The following is for after you get supplies. Group 1 go west, Group 2 go east. Group 3, Maw of Baurior, Group 4, Cavern. Group 5, all the way north. Group 6, keep this camp alive. Everyone else, help anywhere you can.
As our intrepid band of
There we go.
heroes set
All right, there we go. Now we win.
Lord Lieutenant approached the Wayfinder. Her name was Visha Foeraiser.
How's the Guild Wars 1 event going? I accidentally got 2 weeks ahead of everybody else, so now I gotta wait. So this will give us time to work on some of our other projects for the coming few days while the others catch up.
You there! Stop dawdling and make yourself useful!
She was rather rude.
This thumper may be up in
Oh wait,
but it
hold on a sec.
requires calibrated magic to work.
Group 2 go east.
Go seek
alright.
out a few suitable
So I need to go
spots to build
east.
some calibration thumpers with that journey kit.
West. So a bunch of the people in Group 1 have not zoned in yet. So I'm a little concerned about west from base camp. So some people that were in the groups where I said help wherever you can, you might want to go west. Because they have 3 people instead of, I expected 6 going over there.
Essence from the newly constructed thumper back to camp. Titan spawn waited in the shadows for the perfect moment to strike.
Look out, Wayfinder! They're gonna attack your new thumper!
Packs of Titan spawn patrolled the mountain diligently.
see, 1 minute left on attunement here. You know, I don't usually do this Thumper. I usually assign myself to go west, but I messed up and then I just stuck with it. And these monsters here spawn way closer to the Thumper than they do at the western one. The western one, you have way more time to kill them before they get close and get any hits off on it. Hello, Mikhail. Hi, Luck. Alright, boss one spawned over here. I just realized the music just completely stopped here. Give me the music back, bear! We had an extra event spawn right on top of us over here, so we killed our first boss, and we got another little one. Yes, but what about second boss? Got a bit of that EU lag right now. If I try to unleash and click a button or weapon swap, click a button really fast, it's not going off. Okay, that event's done. Picking up essence.
The frozen soil melted away, allowing the fallen allies to rise once more. Fisher checked the Central Thumper's readings.
That's odd.
Something was clearly stealing magic from it. But what? The Wayfinders journeyed in, anxiously sniffed about. Perhaps it sensed something.
Let's see. Yeah, we need supplies. The Thumper at West needs help. Thumper West needs help. So if you're not doing anything, bring a supply sled to West. I'm gonna go get one myself.
Oh no! The monsters are attacking the camp! Stop them, Wayfinder!
My sled broke. Okay. Remember, if you have full essence, to turn it into the ghost bear. Cavern Thumper, yeah. Cavern Thumper's site, are y'all doing okay over there? Enough peepos? Okay. Right now it's just Cavern and then this west one that's on its second attempt right now. That should be all that's left. Like you're supposed to greet essence of the zoomies. I don't. We need the essence to do the event. I don't need the zoomies. Chip has enough zoomies for everyone in this house right now. See, 4 seconds till the big thing spawns over here. He's up. Let's see, I haven't played Soto Convergences since Janther was added. Do essences in Soto increase Warclaw speed as well? I haven't done them much either. Last time I did a Soto Convergence, using a Warclaw wasn't really the thing to do. We just need a little bit more essence turned in. I'm actually a bit worried about the clock. Turn in essence if you got any to the ghost.
Memory channeled all of his strength, disabling the magics, preventing the Wayfinder from regaining their feet. The ground shook under the full force of the tectonic thumper, the mighty machine.
Okay, that added more time to it.
Very core.
We still had 16 minutes on stage 1, but that's the longest I've ever seen stage 1 take.
Any longer, the Titan at last angrily surfaced.
Alright, if you're new, let's keep this simple. Kill the 2 little guys before focusing on the big one. Otherwise, they're just annoying. Red areas are bad, green areas are good. If you're carrying a green area, run it to a pile of people. If you're carrying a red area, get away from me. He's casting gun. CC. Grandpa Nurgle approves of Greer. Yeah, I would. Alright, everybody use sniff. I finished Aurora thanks to your videos. Love you, man. Hey, that's awesome. It's good to hear that those are still open, folks. Congratulations. Oh, I'm AoE rezzing. I'll have you guys up in a moment. Whatever you did to get like that, don't do that again. Uh-oh. That was close. Get out of the puddles. Get out of the purple puddles. Don't stand in those.
The yearning I arrest feast to the delicacy of your world. Is immeasurable.
Try to group back up with the others here. We're too spread out right now. Try to group up so you get the boons and heals from the groups that we made. Send boon, yes. CC, use your crowd control. These are the red circles that hurt the least. When he is doing the blue bar and you need to CC him, the red circles are their least dangerous than any other point in the fight.
Yearning I arrest feast to the delicacy of your world. Is immeasurable.
Okay, sniff time.
The Titans led once more. channeled all of his strength, disabling the magics, preventing the Wayfinder from regaining
Ah!
defeat.
Special action key. Take out the little dudes first. Okay, we're on the boss. Watch out for those purple things. Ready to do Wing 8 training muck? I did Wing 8 one time. Oh, hang on a second. I'm doing a 10-man res. My time has come. Got them all. I did Wing 8 one time, used the footage, made the get to the point guides, and then I just haven't really gone back since. It was fun, but it was tough enough that I don't want to pug it. And yeah. So the videos are there if people need them. At this point, it's been long enough I'd have to rewatch my own video. Kind of like Kadeem the Peerless. Kadeem the Peerless, I would need to rewatch my own video for a refresher, just because I've done it so rarely. CC time. Red circles are not scary for this brief moment. Just CC. Wing 5 CM then? Oh yeah, that's way better. Alright, sniff! Where did it go? There it is. Reminder in case you've never noticed, the each time you go through a Titan Stench, it refills the endurance bar on your pet, so you can spam the dodge forward button almost non-stop to get through this. Special action. Go for the little dudes. Oh, that was unfortunate. I had stab on me from someone, he corrupted it and it became fear, and I ran with the smoke cloud, just getting cooked the entire way. I was like, yeah, let me just chase this red thing and stay in it. That's great.
Rest, feast to the delicacy of your world. Is it medical?
CC, CC.
Your confidence has begun.
GG! Not even close. Well done.
Mighty warrior. One that I'm honored to have fought alongside.
Let's see, catching up on the chat here. I want to get into raiding, but I can't even find groups without KP requirements. Charmon recommended Raid Training Academy. Is that a guild or a Discord? That's a Discord community. Yeah, I've done some stuff with them a few times in the past. My experiences were good. Yeah, there's a few communities. Raid Training Academy is one of them that just enjoy teaching people stuff. So as long as you go in there and you're decently polite, they're happy to teach you. If you haven't heard, Wing 8 has been stealth buff because Greer and Ura have had some CM mechanics bleed over to normal mode, and Anet hasn't said anything about it. I've heard of Greer getting a timer. I haven't heard about Ura. No one knows if it's intended with no announcements or glitches that Anet hopes to sweep under the rug. Yeah, I've heard about Greer getting a enrage timer. I haven't heard about anything with Ura or Decima, so I don't know anything about those. But yeah, I don't know any more about that than you do. I'm not sure what their plans are for that. Mug, don't stand there, that's where the pain is. Yeah, for my build setup gives itself small amounts of stability constantly, which is awesome most of the time. But on Greer, because when you corrupt stability, it becomes fear. Greer constantly fears me away. And when he's like there was a red circle moving away from him, and I was feared in it, and it just kept running with the circle until I died. And I was like, oh my god, this is stupid. Enrage timer is more of a kill timer? Yeah. Yeah, and there's plenty of bosses that already have kill timers, but that one didn't, and then now it kind of does. Remember how clean my bags were earlier, chat? Pepperidge Farm remembers. Oh my god. Oh god, I avoid Greer. I typically run Harbinger. My elite is basically death if I use it. Oh yeah, yeah, the Harbinger elite is here's every boon in the game, and so then Greer's like, here's every condition in the game. I can see that. I can totally see that. Let's see. Da-da-da-da-da. Let's see. Gullet. What are you doing? Just cleaning out my bags a bit. This is all the treasure I got over the last couple of hours. Vipers. I don't think I need anything from this one. No, I'll just get rid of that. Super loot bags sell for like $1 each, so I'm just gonna vendor those. Or not vendor, but TP them. I don't want to open these right now, that'll make a huge mess. Yasif. Do I need anything from Yasif? Would be nice if there was an open all containers button. In some situations, sure. In others, it could be annoying. Alright, salvaging white and blue items. Pretty sure I hit you with concentration mantra right before you carded everyone's boons. Oh, thank you. What other bosses have a pure kill timer? I mean, there's a handful of bosses that just have a timer in the top right. If you don't kill them in time, you just flat out die. But then there's also other bosses that have a timer in the top, like, what is it? Mursat, the Mursat Overseer, the chess piece. His, if you don't kill him in time, you just die. But then there's like Cairn, if you don't kill him before his timer hits 0, he just gets stronger. But you don't immediately die. You can still kill him after he gets stronger. So some just have mechanics that just nuke the whole room, and others just get tougher, but you could go, you know, past that timer if you, choose to. Like, the first server I ever led in World of Warcraft was, Nefarian and Onyxia zombie modes in Cataclysm. And they actually hit their enrage timer, and they got, like, they turned red, and they started, like, one-shotting people. And we all scattered around, because the bosses are, like, 1% health. And it was basically, like, one-shot this guy, one-shot this guy, one-shot this guy, one-shot this guy, and then it died. So we went, like, 5 or 10 seconds over the enrage on that one. So that was an example of an enrage timer that, you could keep going for a little bit longer, but people were getting one-shot. Steal in 5 hours for butter and onions. See you, Charma. It's nice, Tasha. Honestly, can't see the reason to have almost 500 inventory slots. I guess for Mules is good. Oh, yeah, I mean, I've played the game for 9,000 hours, so it's a nice thing to work toward. Like, it's certainly not required. I could probably have half this many and it'd be fine. It's nice if you're identifying, 250 items at a time, but like, here's 148 green items. How many ranger hours you got? Let's see, if I do /age, I have 9,400 hours, and this character, I have 6,500. So about 2/3 of my Guild Wars 2 experience is on ranger. I've got max levels of every class, but this is my favorite. Alright. I'm only at 4.6k hours. Only 4,600 hours. That's a pretty sizable amount still. Fixer upper. Couldn't wait for lunch, too hungry. You get fried rice, Bluebell? Only 4.2k hours and 2.1k on Necro. Sounds like you like Necro. I think Inji and Necro are my... I don't know which one is which, but like, I think those are my second and third most played. You know what? I could check right now. Let's see. Here's Spooky Muck. Let's see. Taking a minute. Alright. /age. This character, I have 547 hours on the Necro. Alright, where's the NG? I wish I had fried rice. /age, NG. Oh wow! Oh wow! It's not even close. My engineer is 1,794. Dude, I thought it was closer than that. When I first came back to Guild Wars 2, when I was streaming, I made a Necro and I played it to max level, and then I started dabbling in other classes. So then this character, I've played almost 1,800 hours on. And then the Ranger, like, 6k. Alright, yeah, see, like I said, he has a very special spot in the lineup. Alright, chat, I am about out of time. It's almost 2 p.m., which is when I gotta wrap it up. Thank you guys so much for being here this morning. I hope y'all had fun. A few plugs on my way out. If you happen to be new, my name is Muck. I stream every evening and every weekday morning. I'll be back in about 5 hours for the evening stream. I'll be back on Guild Wars 2 on the NA servers We'll be there for a few hours. Going to do the weekly giveaway I always do every Tuesday, and then probably going to be continuing progress on Styx, Shard of Darkness. If you haven't seen that, it's kind of like Dishonored. It's a stealth game, and I'm terrible at it. Should be a lot of fun. I need to give the Guild Wars 1 community time to catch up to me because I accidentally got 2 weeks ahead of them. So we'll be working on some of our other projects on the coming days, which is going to be Styx and going to be Tempest Rising. And if you're interested in an adorable plushie, they go for sale tomorrow, chat. I won't play that ad because I've already played it twice today. But if you're interested in one of these dudes, Arena Net not approved, but they gave me permission. Yeah, but these guys, these little dudes that are large enough to hold a knife will be for sale tomorrow. With that, chat, I am going to find someone to raid in the Guild Wars 2 category. Let me see who is live right now. Oh, you know what? Loranity's live right now in Guild Wars 1. Hang on a sec. I'm going to give Laura a raid, and we're gonna double the number of people watching Guild Wars 1. That whole category, chat. We're gonna double the category. Let's do it. So Laura's at Guild Wars 1 right now. I'm gonna pop in and say hi to her, support her channel for a bit, and because she always gets me back when she can, and it's a beautiful thing. I'll see you guys over there. Have a good rest of your day. I will be back tonight. See ya!
Just this super cool moment. We already got a whole bunch of people around, don't we? Look at all these people that are here, just chilling at Gates of Quida. Yo.